Shiloh, thank you, Father. Thank you, Horizo. Like a toroidal field. Torah, the Torah, the law. So he spoke the law into existence. The Torah, right? So that's a, you take a magnet and you wrap it in copper, and you spin it around, you get a toroidal field. So you just don't get it. He's the one. Well, the sun go in a circle. Are you going in a circle? So it's kind of hard to have this subject when they confuse everybody with shapes. Shapes, and I want to talk about shapes, and they can't have an adult conversation. So we had, they wouldn't have their LHC in Switzerland and all their magnets, the magnets, and they spin them in circles so they can create a toroidal field like electricity, or like he spoke, you know, Father is electric, I'm electric, a Hokadash, Ruach, Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. So you know anything about energy or just basic science, right? I don't trust the science. I have faith in Father. So if they get people thinking that they live on a planet, then they can deceive people very easily. So that's how this deception runs deep. So thank you, Father, for the blessing to not be the deceiver is Satan, the adversary, the serpent, the one with the halo, the circle. There we go again. See, circle above his head. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to try to show you what's, let's talk shapes, you know, so. But that's how they deceive, you know. And I'm going to talk about it, and I'll just moderate anybody that's being a child and wants to talk about shapes. So when I'm talking about shapes, like a, you know, like Sesame Street, you know, people want to talk about shapes or puppet on a string. So Father's the one, he's if anybody, he's sovereign. He's the one controlling all this. So he's the one who spoke air, breath, pneumatics, you know, compression into existence, vision, fusion, confusion. Are you confused? Are you spinning on a planet? So Father didn't create a planet. So there we go. People are already deceived. That's how hard it is. And they think God, that's a stupid name. Name is Shem, but God is a title. It says that one with a circle above his head. Hey, you get your eyes going in circles, huh? But if you think a virus is a living organism, then you're probably going to think you live on a planet. So viruses aren't alive, and Father didn't create one planet. So might not be the live stream for you, because it's an adult live stream only. So people act like adults, not like children. So 7 is the number of maturity. Like your lunar calendar, 365, 7-day a week count, you're a lunatic. You know that? You're a Satanist. It's not 2025. So I didn't monetize this video, so it might be a little more controversial for most, but it's still a conversation that needs to be had. So the ongoing magnetic excursion is not a pole shift. Polarity is the magnetic polarity. So north, south, the compass points to the north because of polarity, magnetic polarity. That's what keeps your compass. So when that rotates like it does every 11 years on the sun and 22 on the moon, the sun doesn't, you know, spin, or the moon doesn't. Well, how come we only see one side of the lunar face? The magnetics, magnetic polarity. We're not having a pole shift. We're in the middle of a magnetic excursion. It could go back and rewrite or reverse back to where it was, like ping pong, you know. That's what it does every 11 years on the sun. The compass point would be pointed to the south, the magnetic polarity. So we're in an excursion, and we just had another aurora event when we shouldn't have had one. So that shows that the umbrella, the canopy, that the rock that we walk is failed. That's what's showing. When it might look pretty, but it's showing the failing of the magnetic canopy that covers this toroidal field. And this is what they like to get people spinning on a planet. And then that's a Hebrew word, froward, or to screw. The retarded, meaning they've been throttled down and don't want to listen. They only listen just a little bit. They can't see the big picture, distinguish the forest from the trees, read between the lines. They think history's in the book. His story is the victor, and he gets the spoils. So I don't want to talk to children. I want to talk about shapes and where they want to stick their square peg and who's somebody's round hole. I don't want to do that. That's keep your lightsaber in your own eye hole. So the magnetic polarity is spoken into existence because Father created all this. He's the creator. If you're corkscrewing and spinning on a ball, much blessings, Agape and Phileo. Much thank you for support, Paul. Appreciate you coming back again and again. Your continued support of this ministry. So trying to have an adult conversation here. We just had another aurora event, and that's because the polarity is failing. The magnetic polarity, meaning we're getting bombarded. That's why they're all building these bunkers, deep underground military bases. They know it's coming. They know it's here. They know the yuga cycles of our sun cycles that Father creates. He's the one, remember, who controls the Pleiades, tightens the Pleiades, and loosens Orion's belt. They're trying to figure out how all this dynamo, he's the one who spoke. Remember, when you speak all this into existence, he's the one who's the keeper of these firmament markers that are above our head. So I don't do much that, but they are scriptural, Carson. Remember, they're scriptural, absolutely, and remember, Daniel interpreted the king's dreams, right? So we're in the age of clay. So, woo, I just got the chills on the woo. I just got him to go, oh, man, that's a heavy run there. So, yeah, but I don't sleep enough to dream. He said, don't go to sleep. The enemy came and sowed seeds. That's the word broadcast while you were sleeping. So that's why they broadcast. People watch broadcast. They plant seeds, remember? So, but I do sleep, but I just don't get that long pattern of sleep of the arrhythmia, the cardiac, going into the REM of that much. I'm up a lot and down, and because I live by this natural cycle, I don't do the working 9 to 5, and punch the clock and get punched and mourn in the AM and mourn. So I don't do that. I'm up at 3 o'clock every day, every day. So my rooster died yesterday. I don't know what happened to him. We had something weird out here, and so I miss his crow because he crows at 3 o'clock and then 5 and then 7 and stuff. So I'm a little off my rhythm here, but yeah, depart from them, show them to the narrow way, and don't work. Do not sup with vipers or children of darkness or swine. Swine is pigs. So hang out with pigs, people in government or anybody, clown cops or anybody like that. That's oppressing people. So don't support anything like that. So if they're oppressive and not supporting you, then you can't turn a goat into a sheep. Okay. It's already chosen me. He already knows, he already chose. That Greek word is prognosko, to have foreknowledge of. So get away from them, depart from them. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. Show them to the light. How about that for some scriptural, hey, take it to the word, show them to the narrow way. If they're in the broad way, show them to the narrow way. That's all you can do. Like I said, you're not going to turn a sheep into a goat. It's not possible to fool the elect, and you can't turn a goat into a sheep. It's already chosen. That word is predestination. The horizo is the horizon. Remember, he's the light, right? No, he's the separator of the light and the dark. He's the separator. I do not think I came to bring peace as Antichrist. Those who say shalom, peace, and safety, sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for peace and safety. So do not think I came to bring peace. I came to bring a sword of division. So he's the separator, right? The horizo. That horizon, every AM, the morning that you say you mourn in the AM, comes up at the light. He's the separator, not the scorpizzo. He's the horizo. Boom! There you go. I can do it with scripture too, if you'd like. So, looking around, that's what I see. Yeah, I don't know if you see Nigel out here, Paul. He's a really excellent rooster. He's a young little guy, but he's pretty big. I mean, he was just pretty, and he just beautiful black. Kevin thinks he maybe got heat stroke, but I don't think he did. It's whenever that bird got taken out of the box that shouldn't come out of and laid out on the carpet again. This weird chicken deal that I have going out here, and he's just been since then. He eats, he protects the birds, but he doesn't put his head up, his tail's down, and he did that for about a week, and then he finally hopped. He's up on the roost there, and woke up, and I'm like, whoa, because he was up there, like so. I knew something was wrong because he wasn't crowing. Wasn't doing his job crowing, and that's what I liked about him. I like when the rooster crows. It's what makes this a farm out here. So, anyways, yeah, I know it's kind of weird. They're birds. That happens. They can get all kinds of different. And I shouldn't have said that. In my head, Paul, I'm serious. I said it in my head, and somebody was asking about dreams. I'm thinking, man, I shouldn't have said that in my head. I've been, man, I'm so successful. Other than these incidences that I've had with, I don't understand why these birds are ending up front with just the same. It doesn't make sense. These dogs don't go after them. The cats don't go after them. They live with them. These are farm cats and dogs. They don't care about these birds. That's where they live with them. He just, like I said, he just got all. And I'm like thinking, man, I've been so blessed this year. All my birds are super healthy. And man, I got 12 eggs yesterday. See, there's another thing that happened. I don't know if you were watching yesterday, Paul. I got 12 eggs yesterday, and I only have 8 birds now. How is that possible? Because I think I recorded, the day before. I always did it on live stream, and I got 7 the day before. So I don't know what's going on. These birds I love my birds. So we do lose them. And I was thinking, man, and then bam, lost Nigel. So I don't know, man. We this reality here that we are in it's a very wicked place. We live in Satan, the adversary's playground. So we need to remember that and keep armored up all the time. Put on the whole armor of God. He says that in Ephesians twice, 6 and 11, 2 times. And he always declares 2 witnesses. So keep putting on, take that armor, put it on, the helmet of salvation. I don't go through it. Just keep reading it and take your cross up every day until you die. You have to endure to your last breath and to be raised to be saved. That's redeemed, means you're getting picked up because you've already been bought. See, chosen. He already knows. He already chose. Horizo, on the horizon, I separate, not peace. Peace is Antichrist. Scorpizzo is the false teacher. Call no man teacher. Call no man father. The Most High I am. So he's the one who does this. He's the one who controls these Pleiades. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who spins this, and they like to play that spinning ball camp with everybody. Yeah, no, I don't have no dog. Yeah, see what I'm saying? My dogs, I'm not worried about. I do think that Marcy did take down 2 of the dogs, but not like that out here, or 2 of the chickens. And that's because Marcy wasn't here. Marcy got the two birds, and they were out front too in that weird, position. Okay, but I've had the other incidents with these other, in the same spot. That's what's so weird. I don't know why she drugged those birds to that spot, but she didn't kill the birds. She didn't eat the birds. There was no feathers. I think the birds got out while we were gone. We left, and they were all the dogs were gone or whatever, and they don't always come over here. And they were in the birds were in a whole different section. I think they were out of their area, and she nannied them because she's a nanny dog. She nannies Tango, that's weighs another 50 pounds on her. She doesn't care about size. She's just a nanny. She's not mean. She's not aggressive. She nips and bites and wants to be really get on the boss. She nips at everybody, but not nips, not bite. You know what I'm saying? She's nanny, but she doesn't really bite anybody. So I think she thought that those birds were out of their thing and gave them both a heart attack. Because Kevin was really upset. I said that, well, I think it's, I know these dogs want. She's just not used to it. So I think she nannied the birds and gave them both a heart attack, and then brought them over to right up into the front of the carpet where you can see, like I said, we've live streamed. So I don't know, pretty crazy, those birds were, she didn't hurt him, you know, and Kim was like thinking that she, I said when he, you know, told him like, she's the one who, I'm sure she did. They won't, you know, they don't, and he didn't mean to, she didn't mean to, you know, and he didn't quite understand. And then he got it the next day, you know, he's like, because, you know, in livestock out here on the farm, if your animal kills another animal, you can, like a dog, especially a dog, it's just farm, you can execute the dog. And it's not saying he was. He's like, well, you know, I'm like, no, because sometimes if a dog will go after a chicken, they'll never get that blood out of their taste out of their mouth, and they won't stop doing it. It's kind of like sometimes a chicken that'll eat eggs or pecking at eggs and eating eating the yolk, you know, and eating the eggs. It just gets a taste for it, you know, in its mouth. So she didn't hurt him. She gave him a heart attack. She's tried to put him back in the kennel. I think she did a good job. So we lost a couple birds, but anyways, it was kind of sucks to lose Nigel out here because he was a really good bird, and he keeps the farm. You know, with that crow out here, I enjoy having livestock. It's part of what makes the farm what it is. So anyway, we'll get another one. People give away roosters for no charge. I bought him because I really liked him. He was beautiful. He was kind of had that pearlescent. He was all black, and he had a kind of a purple and a green pearlescent kind of color to it on his black. He's gorgeous, big comb, and so bummer, you know, bummer. What do you do? So you just move on and get another rooster. So put him in the dirt. You know, we'll get him where he needs to go back. Came from the dirt, go back to the dirt. So man of the land and soil, not of the water. I'm not a merchant or some kind of corp, but anyways, not dead. Can't throw me in the water. They'll vomit. So anyways, much blessing. So let's continue what we're talking about this week in magnetosphere. It does affect the birds too, but it's just why all these birds or come out of the air, other than all their, you know, towers and microwave towers and G-Wiz, which the 5G whiz, which is an oxygen absorption wave and not internet. It robs the air out of the, you know, it's an absorption. It's a weapon is what it is. But anyways, you know, whales beaching, this all, do you think about how many animals use magnetics to navigate, you know, sonar, radar, you know, like bats and bees and whales and you know, all these things. This is how they navigate. So when these things are shifting, people wonder why is a whale? Let me show that to you. Maybe explain that to you. I don't know why. We'll draw here. We'll make some more to use a whiteboard a little bit, do a little teaching here. So appreciate Paul again, the contribution to the ministry and supporting this channel. And so let's see, we got you know, we have a brown over here. We'll use this one. See if we can get this for our landmass. So if we got this, you know, we got this, let's say we got this, I guess they're already out there laying eggs. So if this is like the shoreline, right? And there was like, oh, we don't really have very good. I don't think people understand what's going on here, how important, why this magnetics affects so many things. Oh, that's the blue one. Okay, that's fine. So if this is the water right out here, right, and then we've got all the water out here, and these whales, because if we come over here and we draw north, never eat soggy waffles, right? You know how to do any of that stuff? Never eat soggy waffles. You know how to find your way by looking at the stars, the moss on the tree, where things, never mind. All right, they used to navigate by the stars. You know that there's a clock above your head. It's not 2025. You don't live on a planet. Grow up. Gravity. All right, so north, south, east, and west. Never eat soggy waffles. So if you're, you know, that's what I was telling you earlier. Your compass, right, is pointing to the north. Correct? Everybody tracking to the north, because we're going to talk about polarity. So if these whales, right? Here, let's draw a whale. Here, what you want to see how I'm going to draw a whale? Let me show you how I'm going to draw my whale. This is how I'm going to draw my whale. Is it under? Wait, hold on. Under. Under Armour, like Vesica Pisces, the fish. Turn down for what? Turn up, turn down for what? That's the birth. Okay, anyways, so my fish, oh, I did that the wrong way. I need my fish to be swimming in the other direction. Oh, we'll do that. Hold on, watch, check this out. Visa, MasterCard. And you guys getting this? I told you I speak. How many languages you want me to speak for you? You see what I'm saying? Third eye there, blind? All right, whatever. You guys speak a whole nother, where you speak earth like the ruled. Earth is the ruled. Earth isn't under your feet, so you know. Neither is hell. Hell's no knowledge. So this whale right here, anyone? Any comments? The whale is swimming when the magnetics change. Normally, when the magnetics shift, the whale thinks it's over here and it's going to be able to go around this peninsula. But now the magnetics is changing. You wonder why these whales are beaching, and these people try to put them back out in the water and they think that they're going to turn around. No, they use the magnetics. And then when the magnetics and even shifts in our ocean salinity, currents, and that would do it too. But I'm trying to explain to you how these whales are beaching. They don't understand how these animals are falling out of the air and why whales are beaching. Hello, wake the hell up, guys. If you spin on a planet and you live in the abyss, that's where you live. You're already in hell. Hell's no knowledge. That's what hell is. Hell is a word. It means no knowledge. It's really not a place. Just like space is not a place. Hell's the empty space in your head. No knowledge is what hell is. So anyways, thank you, Father, for the abyss, celestial abyss, the understanding, the polarity, magnetic polarity. You call it gravity. There's no such thing as gravity. Gravity is polarity and magnetics. Electricity, magnetics, polarity. You think you're spinning on a planet. There's no such thing as a planet. So stop it. Pisces, this fish, this whale is beaching because the magnetics has changed. The magnetics has failed on our rock. This is what these governments know. They're all preparing for this. They all have these hadron colliders, which don't have anything to do with smashing atoms together. Fission, fusion, they got you confused is what they do. They got you fused to this earth and you speak like the dirt, right? No, you speak like the ruled. Earth isn't the dirt. You don't live on Earth. You don't live on planet Earth. That's not what planet is. There's no such thing as a planet. Father didn't even create one single planet. Doesn't even say that in scripture one single time. So I want you to want to say it one time, because that's how they have you deceived. Think you're spinning on a ball, block, rock, third rock from the sun. Do you do geometry, any kind of math, any kind of basic physics, quantum physics at all, computing at all? A computer doesn't learn. You have to metadata that. You have to put in the input and it outputs what's been put in. You put in crap, it's going to output, just like China. You pay it, don't pay it, it's going to give you back. Pay them, they'll give you high quality products. Right? You're crap. That's rubbish. You're not on a ball. Stop it. Okay, well, so then you would understand polarity. We're not having a pole shift. If we had a pole shift, that would mean like the sun, in the cycle of the sun, the magnetic shifts, the polarity, right? The polarity. The sun doesn't, remember, and the sun has what is called a heliosphere. This is this toroidal field that was spoken into existence. Father is the dynamo. That's why they got you think you're spinning on a ball planet. So I want you to go away, because I don't want to talk about polarity thinking you have some idea what you think is gravity and you're stuck to a spinning ball. I want you to leave now. because then I can't talk about things because you want to shove your square peg in somebody else's round hole, and you can go do that now. If you think that, Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok, now we've got Planet of the Apes, right? Oh, hold on, we got to do our planet. So your models we can use. I know both the models, and I'm not going to talk about shapes. So you're over here on planet ball Earth, right? There's no such thing as a planet. Where does it say there's a planet? Rebuke me with scripture. And then we have our own toroidal field. Like Father spoke all this into existence. And this is the subject that I want to talk about. And I don't want to sit there and talk about shapes, because you can't figure out what magnetics and polarity is. Yeah, there's no such thing as a planet. Father didn't create one single planet. So let's get this out of our way so this doesn't confuse you, because obviously I know what the hell I'm talking about. Hell is not a place. Hell is the word bis, bathos, busos. That is the word Knowledg, if you like to take some notes. Knowledge is bis. No knowledge is hell. The empty space in your head. Now, you think there's space, then I can't have a conversation with you, because the heavens declare the glory of God, and the heavens aren't above your head. That's not what heavens are. Heavens are above your head. The firmament, waters above, waters, because remember we're talking, and waters below. So I'm not going to have this conversation with some earthly idiot, because the earth is the ruled and the heavens are the ruling class. So who rules you? He says you can't serve two masters, and he always declares two witnesses. So you tell me, the word pornea is self. You're going to serve yourself. That's the word idolatry, and he divorced his bride. That's still a ministry, but I want to have a conversation without being a child. Once again, you can take and stick your square peg or whatever, your round peg in somebody else's square hole. Go somewhere else. Got another box, another channel or something. How about this? Children are not meant to be seen or heard. So go outside. Get out of my space. Get out of my space. Oh, that's so yesterday, isn't it, huh? 30 seconds ago. When was my space? Seriously, get out of my space. So are you spinning? Look, okay, hold on. You're on a block. You said dimensional, right? You understood physics, geometry, block. I think geometry, I think it's shapes, right? You're on a block. Okay, you said a ball. You're on a ball. A block or a ball, corkscrewing, third rock from the sun. Corkscrew, that's a Hebrew word. Screw. Forward, add, twist, shake, pervert. Okay. So you're corkscrewing third rock from the sun on a block ball, spinning through. You're spinning through time and space. Why the hell would you need to go to space then? You're already in space, idiot. You don't know anything about what you're talking about. People have a degree and they don't know what they're talking about. Physics, polarity. Let's get back to what we're talking about. The sun's polarity shifts every 11 years. 11 years. That means the compass would be pointing down. The magnetic polarity, not gravity, you dumb idiots. Idiot's not an insult. Idiot means idiotos. You don't know what you're talking about. You never heard it or seen it. Or you're a demon, meaning you liar. You're a liar. That's where demon. A demon is a liar. Distributor fortunes or lies to others. An idolater is one who distributes those same lies or fortunes to self. So no demons. I know it's an alien dialect to you. Dialectus is the word, the language, gloss, a tongue. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. I'm not going to have that lesson. And an alien is a word. And aliens don't exist in a physical being. That's like, alien is a word. Foreign, they used to call them illegal aliens when they came across the border, but let's not have that conversation right now. There's no humanity in that's just kidnapping and raping. And then the 44, or 45, because 44, remember Mr. Warp Speed? The whole ball camp thing he did, space balls, space bars, whatever his force. Use the force, Luke. Remember, Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok. Now we got Big Feet on Planet of the Apes. Or was it, hey, if monkeys, hold on, there's no monkey bones, fossils. Hey, if man evolved from apes, then why are there still apes? You don't know anything about evolution, nor do you know about extinction. I know that for 100% certain, because 18 of you in this room don't even know that we're in the sixth extinction event right now. This is it, Revelation. Welcome to the apocalypse. Checking out on the prison bus. Whoa. Are you Christopher? Are you sailing the ocean blue? 1492. Followed by the Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. Are you spinning on a ball? Remember, it was flat before it was ever round, but we don't want to talk about them flying over a planet and never nosing down. But don't talk about aviation, aeronautics, instrumentation. If they lose their way, my brothers and sisters, be the light, put it at the top of your house. Okay, so anyways, Father's the one doing this. People can't figure out what is making all this spin. I'm not spinning on a ball. Leave now. It's not 2025. God's not in the sky. Heaven's not in the sky. Hell's not below your feet. Earth's not below your feet. You don't live on a planet. Go away. You're in the 6th extinction event. I don't think you're going to make it. Well, you're already how many years in now? You take extinction, everything dies. Let's go bring evolution. You know what that is? That means get the hell out or evolve. Get out of my way. Oh, no. I'm going to get out of your way. I don't want to deal with you. You want a revolution. You want to fight like a little hamster on a wheel going round and round. There we go. Spinning around on a ball again or in a circle like a hamster or putting a revolver 6 dudes and just shooting at each other. Red team, blue team. So go somewhere else there, Kermit. You're a puppet on a string. You're a frog in a pot of boiling water is what you are. You don't want to listen. So anyways, the magnetic polarity, brothers and sisters, on this rock sun up here is, which is an electric, right? Gaseous plasma, not a fire. I'm going to bring the fire. You had eyes of fire. But anyway, so this, remember, this is what we're going to talk about. This, breath, air, spoken, pneumatic, pression into existence, space, time, place. But that would involve electric, right? Fission, fusion, proton, electron, neutron. Not Johnny. This ain't no little silly. Give them enough bread and circus and they'll never revolt. That's what it says. It's very Romanesque in this modern day age that we live in here, right? It's not 2025, so stop it. God's not in the sky. We don't go by some lunatic calendar or they have these pagan celebrations on the Yule wheel. Stop it. You sound like the earth. You're ruled. That's what the earth is, ruled. Heavens are the ruling class, and that's who's ruling you at their ball camp. Remember Mr. Spaceballs and his Joe buddy Biden? Remember, you knew I was a snake, the serpent. And anytime you see that serpent halo, that's the devil. Any picture painting weren't about imagery, all right? Remember, 4 + 5 is 9. Right? I'm talking about the 45th selected by the corporation pretended, right? The puppeteer, right? No, Father's controlling. He created all things. So, but anyways, 4 + 5 is 9. We're going to do math too. So if you can't have it, you might get a calculator. 4 + 5 is 9. You knew it was a snake before you let me in, and they let the Biden, right? Because everybody else, play poker. So my buddies at Pfizer can get rich. Johnson, you want me to go back in time? Like, have you forgot? Okay, 4 + 5 is 9. Skip Joe Biden. 4 + 7 is 11. President 9/11. And how many months are we in now? 9, 8, 9. He's going to change it to the Department, not of Defense, to war now, you idiots. And people are just going to skipping like a rock right on by, stoning people. I don't know what they're smoking. Seriously, you got to push off a cliff backwards. That's what was a stoning, and break your back or neck. It didn't kill you. They bring your bowling ball, your accuser. The devil's an accuser. Remember that little halo I just said around your head? You ever hear anybody speak in this dialect? Probably not, because you're ruled by magnetics. You think your gravity stuck spinning on a ball, rock, third rock from the sun, corkscrewing and spinning. Let me give you a little lesson here. That word forward is to spin or screw or to twist or change, pervert, add or take away is what he said not to do. And that's what the word forward is. That's exactly what he divorced his bride Israel for. So take that, your little spinning ball camp, your little apple. Why do all the apples look the same at the store? They look like those ones at Grandma's house. Remember those little marble things? No, those were grapes. But pretty much all the fruits the same, sprayed with bugs, eats the bugs. And why come they're all the same? They're genetically modified, aren't they? Kind of like your medicine that you think is medicine. It's not. Your autoflower, space rocks. Listen here, space balls. You're not on the ball, are you? So take your little balls, Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok in the woods. You can take your big feet out of here, okay? Father and Cranny, big feet. There's no planet. Not one planet. You don't live on a planet. And if you're forward, that is to pervert, please leave. You speak like the earth, the rule. Earth is not in your feet. There's no earth under your feet. The dirt under your feet, this walk that while you're on this rock, these people are lost in space, brothers and sisters. Space balls. Remember Mr. Space Force, not a space agency, NASA. Werner von Braun. Oh, here we go. Back to the old 45 ritual. War, brothers and sisters. The Department of War. But you just keep playing your little games. They keep telling you they got the old donkey and elephant show going for you. Bread and circus. Vargas. The big top. They got their clown up there, Bozo. Why is his face painted orange like the sun god? Why didn't he just paint it white and put a little reindeer nose on it like Bozo, like he should? The 2 balls, little red balls, remember? Rudolph, little silly reindeer games. Christ Mass, that's the eating of human flesh. That's banned in America, you idiots. That's an orgy. Stop it. We already do those studies here. So we do. Hey, we'll just give a little glimpse. We did over last night. So there's your orgy Jesus. So go look at the lessons. We're not monetized right now, so I told you if I'm not monetized, I'm going to be talking about things that are for adults. People are mature. Mature is the number 7 is the number of maturity. So to be mature, do the 7 things in Scripture, not Bible. That means book. It wasn't written on paper. I said, what again? What are you smoking? You skipping stones, remember? And they'd stone people, remember? No, they'd throw you off a cliff and then throw a near bowling ball, 20-kilogram. And they did it to Paul. Remember, it looked like he was riding on a camel and hit the side of a palace building at 150 miles an hour. Broke every bone in his body. Still got up. How? That's the word sozo, saved. You must endure to the end to be saved. Salvation. You can't be saved. There's no such thing as being saved. No such thing as accepting Christ. No such thing as free will. No such thing as God's in the sky. God doesn't live everybody. Most people go to hell. It says that in the book, but nobody book. Okay, remember paper? It wasn't written on paper. Do you know anything about the Council of Nicaea? Or is it too much for you? You should probably get a piece of paper and write it down. Have a whiteboard, so don't interrupt the classroom. You ever heard of 2 rolls in a cup? Leave your at the door. Come in like a dry sponge. You want to learn something. Don't tell me there's gravity. There's no such thing as gravity. There's no such thing as a planet. The word demon is a liar. That was replaced with the word devil. Remember? Wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Oh, let's go back in time. For you may stand against the wiles of the devil. Remember, his 2 witnesses, put on the armor. Do you know anything about that book? Remember? Are you spinning on a ball, rock? Where does it say there's a planet? Somebody please rebuke me with the word, because that's what you're supposed to do. Show people the narrow way. If they're in the broad way, show them to the narrow way. Show them to the light. He is the horizo, right? The separator of light and the dark. You're dark, you're earth, you're ruled. You can't serve 2 masters. You stink like the world. Like pig, swine, crap. Remember, leave your at the door. 2 girls and can't learn anything. You come in here thinking that you're spinning on a ball. Block, rock, third rock from the sun. Well, I don't care about the shape. Don't matter. You're still stuck in a cage. Welcome to the tube. You guys are fun. You guys don't say nothing. Nobody, I thought I was going to learn something in here, but I'll go ahead and continue the lesson here. So, okay, they know this is happening every 11 years on the sun, every 22 on the moon, the magnetic shifts of the polarity. Like a clock, remember here, the compass points to the north, 12. Anybody got my 6 back? Okay, barely not. So, all right. He said, do not quit your post until properly relieved. That was my first general order I took as a United States Army veteran. Not one of you even understands what's going on. You think you're spinning on a ball. But that's okay. You think there's such thing as gravity. There's no such thing as a planet. I ask you to rebuke me with the word planet in Scripture. Tell me any. I don't care. Dead Sea Scrolls, which anything. Enoch. Come on. I'm a magi. I'm an angel. I'm an angel. You know what an angel is? That's the word messenger. You have any definition in you? Oh, in you at all? None. Like priest eat meat on Sunday? None. Get he touch much? You're sick. Get out of here, world. There's a lot of you stink like the world, and I'm okay with that. He said, don't sup with vipers, don't cast your pearls before swine. So it's up to Father. Don't worry, remember, he said, I didn't call out to the hearts to seek after me. Not one of them would. So nobody's going to bring you to God in here. Nobody can be saved. There's no saying you have to endure to the end. Sozo, picked up, carried, lifted from beginning point to an ending point, healed. I am the horizo. Welcome to the light. All right, anyways, well, remember, that's polarity. Oh, anyways. You guys, if you'd study this word a little bit, you'd be able to understand what I was saying, but I know it's alien to you. Like a dialect, it's foreign. There's no such thing as alien, so stop it. It's not 20. You're a lunatic. You go by a lunar calendar. It's not 2025. You're in hell. Hell. Hell is the word knowledge. Bis. Bis. B-Y-S-S. Abyss is hell. Abyss, A-B-Y-S-S. It's a Greek word. Bis is knowledge. Bis, bathos, busos is knowledge. A negates, cancels. There we go again. Cancels. It's not 2025. Hell is no knowledge. And you thought hell was below your feet. And you think you're spinning on a ball. And that's why I got you all. I said they got you fooled as they are dug in this magnetic excursion that used to happen every 300, like a clock, to the top. 360,000 years in the strata data levels, like ice cream layers. Do you study any of the ice core data? How about just the paleoclimatology records? All this. Do you know anything about our rift zones, like the mid-Atlantic ridge? Anything about isotope data? And no, we can't do that because it's whatever. It's one way or the other. So I can't do that. It's one way, like magnetics. As is above, so is below. Remember, we already did the Pisces, and I showed you Under Armour and the Visa MasterCard. Boy, I'm speaking in all kinds of language. I even speak in Mountain Dew. Yeah, how come they're not spontaneous combusting people anymore, or dropping people with 5G whiz right in their, like, buildings, towers right in their own footprint? Bob, remember they'd spin before they with the code, like the circle, like a halo, like a crown. They did the crown on you. Oh, I come quickly, revelation, that no one take your crown. Yeah, so remember all the polarity, all your data that can come out of the magnetic isotope data from the pottery, all the, these people are idiots. They say magnetics and they're like, oh, ball camp. So I can move on with it. I'm just enjoying myself in my dialect. I know it's alien and people think there's such thing as an alien. It's just a word. He is the word, but there are people who are idiots. They think God's in the sky. They have no understanding of how the magnetic polarity on this rock that we walk functions. They think they're spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, corkscrewing on a block or rock ball, third rock from the sun, through time and space. And my question is then too, because that's called the heliocentric model, means you're out here spinning on a ball, meaning this is the center of the universe. Everything goes around the sun. That's called heliocentric. And I can use all the models. I can talk both of these idiots models, ball camp and flat camp. The earth is flat, the earth is round. It's not neither of those. You're an idiot. There's an earth isn't below your feet. You don't live on a planet. You don't know what you're talking about. You sound like an idiot. And Donald, Mr. Warp Speed, they're Mr. Spaceballs and his buddy Joe Biden, or he let the Biden. They're both two cheeks to the same hole. Remember? Two wings to the same dragon. We know what he told us about the dragon. That's the serpent. That's the Leviathan, that crooked serpent in the garden. The halo, hello. Anytime you see a circle around something like a crown, he said in Revelation 3:11, I come quickly, let no one take your. Remember, they put a crown of thorns on. Remember, it was Apollyon that had that crown of, the champion, the people's champion, like Rome, huh? It's like they mess with. That's kind of like that UN logo, isn't it? Oh, they know what's going on here, and they like messing with people. Christopher Columbus, 1492, sailed the ocean blue. Spinning ball camp, Christmas. The celebration of their ball god, Satan. Jesus Christ, the one with breasts. Come on, focus. Like two-breasted Jesus, the one with the horny Jesus with horns, beast, woman, man, beast, and woman. They had their sex ritual orgy. They outlawed that in America. That's why Christopher Columbus came to the Americas. He was fleeing the Satanists. What do they call them now? Christians or Catholics, or that's the deadly head wound that was healed in Scripture. That Constantine, remember, they outlawed the two pontiffs. We did this last night. Go see last night's lesson. It's all on the board. It's not 2025. All right, moving on. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. God's not in the sky. You don't live on a ball, planet spinning, block rock, 1,040 miles an hour, stuck by gravity and what? All right. Anyways, I don't even want to have the conversation. Go away. If you're a girl, don't go away mad, Jezebel. Your spirit of your traditions of women of men. There's no gods in the sky. There's no aliens. There's no big feet. Big feet. Remember again. There we go. Chewbacca had Wookiee with a knee. Now we got an albino big feet. You can get out of here, our Yeti. I remember I went to the Horn, Matter. Here's mind over matter. You ever go to Disney? Walt, like the 666 Disney, Walt. Jiminy Crickets. You don't have a conscience. That's the Hoka-dash word ghost. You're an idiot. You can ghost and see your way out of here. I'll put you in a box, remember? Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Do the math equations. Okay, hold on. Let's see, quad, because math is my thing. I am a prior reconstructionist, prior pig, law enforcement, SWAT, all that. You kind of stepped into my league. Let's just see if you can answer this question. What year is it, quad? Like 4? Not the transgender god, 3, but 4. Like get out of the box. It's locked in a rock, like a third dimension. Any geometry, basic. We'll go back to the future if you'd like. Back up into, want to calculate? Look, shut up. Tell me right now. Use your right to your 5th. We went 4 to 5, amendment and remain silent, and then ask my question. Answer it, I said, right? not ask questions. Don't ask me any questions. I won't tell you no lies. You're an idiot. Tell me what year it is. We'll start with that. See if you know what the hell you're talking about. Tell me what year it is. Tell everybody in the room like you know what you're talking about. Because remember I said it's not 2025. Tell me that. So you can't answer questions? Goodbye, child. You can't answer, you know what? If you can't answer my question, if I ask you, I'm not going to let you stay in here. So it's not 2025, idiots. You're not spinning on a ball at 1,040 miles an hour, are you? Please leave. I want to talk about magnetic polarity. And if I can't talk to somebody because they're in this model of this heliocentric where the sun is the center of this universe, Father is the one doing this, you idiots. There's no core molten ball in the middle of this rock, too. They go, oh, there's a ball. You're spinning on the ball, and there's this molten ball inside. You don't have any understanding of physics, basic, just how this is all. How about toroidal field? This is all spoken. They've got you confused. Spoken into existence. You know anything about air, compression, pneumatics, Rome, basic compression? Fission, fusion, anything about the basic electric. And then if you know that if this was spoken, then there had to be some kind of breath, air, right? What are made out of? What is mass? Oh, you want to do basic? No, let's not confuse you with that nonsense. You're not spinning on a ball. And if you want to have that conversation with me, I can't have a conversation about the polarity, okay, of the magnetics. Polarity is the shifting of the north, south, east, and west of the magnetics of the rock. There's no such thing as a north pole. We would have 4 poles if we had, because one pulls the other towards the other direction, like it's been happening since the Carrington event, and we're coming up on that event anniversary, correct? Where our rock got crushed by the energy that came towards this, from this star up here, are the largest, Father's greatest weapon, and hit this rock, Earth directing, Carrington event. You know anybody remember about this X-class Carrington event that happened in the 1800s, 1859? See, this has been going on since the 1800s. The magnetic polarity has been shifting. We haven't had a pole shift. Pole shift means that this, I can't stand this pole crap. Pole shift means, again, the sun's polarity shifts every 11 years. The sun, the moon does it every 22. We haven't been, ours rock that we walk you through the levels through the rock core. I don't want to call it Earth because that's the rule. See, I can't even have a conversation with people because they think they live on Earth. But maybe I should just change my dialect. See, if I made it an alien dialect like you guys speak, I could speak your alien dialect. Because there's, okay, the Earth core strata data, and you live on planet Earth and all that. It's so stupid. How do you have a conversation with somebody when they think they're spinning on a ball? But anyways, moving on. So anyways, you could look through you can go to the ice core data. Like I was talking about, the isotopes, the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the magnetics of this rock is captured at the magma. Oh, it's coming out of the center of Earth, it's spinning, comes up and captures the polarity. Okay? And we know which way it was traveling. So this isn't rocket science, okay? You can take your little just the tip ritual, let me put in just the tip, and rock it on out of here, okay? Any ladies in here? You ever have a guy ask you to put in just the tip? Remember virology? We're going to put in just the tip. Your bottle will build up an autoimmunity and it'll give you all the cure. Remember? Do you ever just keep his word? Anyone, ladies, want to testify for me? Any guy ever tell the truth? Ever once? Has there ever been a guy ever? I don't care if he's a caveman back in the day. All right, beat her over the head, going there. Okay, honey, I'm going to put in just the tip. Did he keep his word? Can I get a 1 for a yes? Or 2? No, that's just he ended up getting the whole shaft, didn't you? All right, moving on. I must not have any ladies in here. So anyways, I like to talk about space, huh? Remember the little rocket ritual? They sent the 3 ladies up there with their ring, like the circumcision ritual. Okay, thank you, ladies. Man, no guy's ever kept his word. Oh, we're going to put in just a tip and your body's going to build up an immunity. Shut up. You know nothing about virology. You know nothing about space. Get out of my space. Grow up. Ladies are a little more in tune, emotional. You should be rational like a man, but you got to use your head here a little bit, We're wired a little bit different. Remember, we're built different. One race, the human race, man and woman. What else? There's an abomination. Anything else in here? So don't talk about that. Spinning on a ball, oh booby Jesus. That's what these guys see. That's why they're so fascinated with Satan, because Satan has breasts. Remember, Satan has 3 genders. Oh, come on by and give it a try. Like Obama. Remember the known homosexual with his wife, Reggie? Not Michael. The guy with an apple. Remember, all of them have apples. But anyways, remember taking a bite of the apple, Eve in the garden? What did they have? They didn't know there was no apple. It was all about smack that down on the floor. I said her on the counter, even on the sofa. It wasn't me. Never mind. So, are you still in here trying to doubt me or something? Don't worry about it. You're spinning on a ball. So let's ask this person, see if they know anything. Hey, 97, define the word hell and already defined it in here. Let me see if you know what you're talking about. Bro, he thinks, and don't call me bro. I ain't your bro. Your brothers and your sisters don't celebrate Satan. They celebrate the word, and they actually don't celebrate anything under this covenant. You're an idiot. So tell me what the definition of hell is, because we one right now. It's not under your feet. That's for sure. I 100% know that. So tell me, bro, 97. Reborn in 1997? Is that why you say 97? What's your number? Tell me what your number's all about. Okay, I don't care, guys. Don't worry about it. Hell's not a state of being. Hell is a definition that I already gave. So I'm asking 97 to give me the definition of hell. You're close, Buster. Buster, you go, Buster. Some people busting. He went busting. That's busting. You see that guy? That's busting. He make food in the jail cell. That's busting, right? Or whatever. I think he's done some time in the pen. No, hell's not any eternal separation from God. You're an idiot. You know what you're talking about. I asked for the definition. You have a name, Patriot. That's pride. So I rebuke you, you child. Go away with your name sucks. No, hell, state of spirit. No, I don't ask. Listen, I'm going to moderate all you demons in here because the demon is a liar, a distributor of force. I asked for the definition. Don't give me your opinion, translation, you transgender Jesus lover. Your little sky daddy Jesus. You're an idiot. Give me the definition or get the hell out of here. I want the definition of hell. Exact definition. I already gave it in here. It's right here, idiot. You can go back to, back in time and come back to the future and give it to me. You can actually just look it up instead of giving me your opinion. 2 cheeks to the same hole. Yeah, I don't want to hear yours. All right, everybody's got one. And so give me the definition or leave. No, I'm not making up my own definition, idiot. Go away. I want the definition out of a lexicon. You know what that is? Probably not. They're Webster. Quit being a little dictionary. Hello? You ever use one of those? Nope. Prove. Okay, I'm out of here. This person trying to make me prove something. I'm not asking you to prove. I'm telling you I already did. Go back in the thing. I already said what it is. You're an idiot. So go challenge the definition. You leave definition. You leave the truth. That's the word aletheia. The word bis is knowledge. I'll give you that much. Bis, bathos, busos. Oh, gave you half the definition, didn't I? I already just did back in here. You want to go back to the future? Remember, I already did twice. Oh, let's go back twice to the future. Hollow Needle Channel. Welcome to the YouTubes. Quit spitting your venom there, snake oil. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You could go back and even look. I already gave the definition in this live stream, and then you're choking, aren't you? With your cock rocket worship nonsense. Go away, child. The number is 7 to be mature. To be mature, don't go away, mad Jezebel. Just go away, bro. Don't call me brother. Your brothers and sisters, your mother that does the will of the Father. Agape, 2 John 6, walk and follow my commandments, not workers of dark, children of darkness. Most people go by the broad way that enter to that place in that space that you don't know the definition of. So if you can't give me the definition, you need to leave. Goodbye, child. So, yeah, you're choking on your words. You don't have any words. You started using your Fifth Amendment. You could have used a dictionary and gave me the actual definition that I already gave you, defined, definitive, certain of, 100%, not changed. That's the Hebrew word pervert. You're perverted. Froward, twist, add, take away, or warp. So don't even think you can come against anything I've said so far. So go away, child. Jezebel. Bro, your brothers and sisters and your mother are those that do the will of the Father, not fallen. Fallen doesn't mean from the sky. Angels, angelos is the word messenger. You don't have any idea what you talk about. That angel of hell, Revelation 9 and 11. 9 and 11. The king, they have a king over them. The king of the abyss, the king of hell. This place that you keep talking about that you know nothing about. It's not under your feet. Hell's not under your feet. Earth's not below your feet. You don't live on a planet. God's not in the sky. Take your sky daddy, Jesus, somewhere else. That's exactly why Father, the Most High, I am, Shiloh, when the redemption, the return of the bride, divorced his bride. And it's all about a wedding. So you're not going to interrupt my time, place, and space. Father already chose. He already knows. That's the Greek word prognosko. And your words are earthly and they stink and they're alien, like big feet, like swine, like pigs. Pig's feet. What, have you been walking around in the mud? Get out of here, child. I'll crush you with the word. You speak like the world. He said, come out of her, my people. World. He said, I am the word, and you don't have this dialect because it's alien to you. So, girl, don't go away mad. Once again, Jezebel is a spirit, just like Ahab married Jezebel. That's your sons of God stories of some 30-foot tall skyscraper guy slamming his 5-foot magic school bus in some 5-foot frame. Shut up. You speak like some television show, television. You're a demon, a liar, and a distributor of fortunes. You just never had a man actually speak. Remember, he spoke all this into an actual aletheia, truth, definition, and you couldn't even give it because that's where you're already at. Hell is the word no knowledge. My people shall perish for lack of bis, bathos, busos. I'll throw them in the abyss, abathos, abusos. Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them. The angelos messenger, the abyss, no knowledge. What you call hell, not below your feet. Earth is not below your feet. Earth is the rule, and that's what you speak like. It's alien, like the dialect, the tongue. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. There's no such thing as free will. You can't be saved. There's no such thing as luck. There's no gods in the sky. There's no such thing. Where does it say the word planet? I just asked for the definition of hell, and none of you can rebuke me with a word because that's the gospel. Gospel's unchanged. There's more than one, remember? Yeah. You change a yod, that's a letter. A jot, that's like a period, a dot. Now they're spinning on that ball, planet Earth. What a bunch of idiots. Now I can't even have the conversation because I'm having too much fun playing with you. It's words. It's like I'm toying. I got this golden carrot on a string and you're chasing it. Remember he said, don't go after idols. Little silly rabbit tricks for kids. Puppet. Somewhere over the rain. Come on, Kermit the Frog here. Sound a little like Randy Travis, but anyways, moving on. You're a child. If you can't have a conversation with somebody, if they think they're spinning on a ball and they can't understand that Father said, I tighten the Pleiades and I loosen Orion's belt. Father, Shiloh, I am. Christ, the Hamashiach. That's a pagan word, never written in the scripture. Christ. Lord, that means master. That's never written in there. There's no J's, but I won't argue about name because that's the word. That means all of the words that are in the book, minus the ones that have been blotted out. And you got to know which ones have been blotted out. The flesh laws. He said when he hung on a tree, not on a cross, nobody hung crosses. Nobody carried crosses. They were yoked, staked like you to the stock exchange. They were nailed just like you. Nailed. Remember? Pegged down, screwed, retarded. You only know so much. Oligos, a fraction of what the actual dialect actually, by definition, transliteration means you don't change the definition, you don't change a jot, yod, tittle, none of it. It keeps its original, dialect, unchanged definition, or the actual phonics. Remember, letters spoken, hooked on phonics, work for me, Babel. Language, is it alien to you? You think there's an alien? Please leave, see? You can't do anything with this. You speak like the world, right? No, you speak like the earth. Earth is the rule. Remember, you can't serve two masters. It's the word Lord. Remember, our Father, Lord. Father, Lord. Lord isn't in the text. Where does it say Lord? You speak on some added, and he said don't add. Remember, that's the word pervert. Change, twist, warp, add, take away, forward. He said don't do that in the book of the Apocalypse, and we're in that book right now. Because guess what? The celestial firmament, I just did that lesson yesterday. We're in Revelation. We're in the last book, and it's not the end of the world. This is just the beginning of sorrows, like waves, but you've been rocked to sleep. Oh, nothing's happening. Bam! It's going to come on stronger. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction come out upon, and oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Overtake those who call out for scorpidzo, peace, teachers, false teachers. Now, the ones who cause the sheep, the divide. He's the one, the divider. He separates the wheat from the chaff, the weeds from the wheat. Chaff. It's like flack, huh? You taking any flack? Scraps, flack, metal. They're spraying it with you, spraying it with all kinds of metal. Barium, strontium, aluminum. No, the onset to Alzheimer's. That's why these people are like Here's your sun. Do, 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 do. On a ball. Planet Earth. No, you're not, Superman. Get out of here. You're like, you need a prophylactic, some protection. Trojan man, but you got it cut off. Remember just the tip? Trying to tell me like the magnetosphere, they cut the tip off, right? No, it's been waning, been wearing it out. Someone must have been pounding that thing. Yeah, the sun. You want to talk about the sun and talk about what's really going on? What's on your brain? What's on your mind? Speak like the earth, just so you know. You're not spinning on a rock block ball, third rock from the sun in here. So you have to go somewhere else if we're going to have this conversation. Unmonetized right now, and we're having that conversation. We get up, I'll go do another live stream. We'll get up here in a minute. I need to get to work. But I want to have this conversation about this magnetosphere, brothers and sisters. I got a couple of my regulars in here I see, so we're going to have this conversation. The regulars, just shut up or go away. Moderate them, please. I don't want to even have anybody talking about shapes or balls or where they're sticking their square peg in his round hole, okay? Moving on. So we did have another M-class flare, and it did rock this, Mountain Dew midnight. Oh, there we go. Thank you for speaking in Dew. Hey, we speak many languages. We even speak Mountain Dew in here. So if you don't speak our dialect, it's alien to you. We'll deport you and put you in a cage, and maybe it'll dump you in the sea, under the sea. So, okay, awakening. Cool. So the magnetic polarity awaken has been happening, this Carrington event, because we're coming up since 1859. I'll shut up now. Stop toying with you guys. Darn, I just did that for an hour. Hey, thanks for letting me. I'm not all this stuff I'm saying, brother, sis. You better take this with a grain of salt. You're supposed to discern all things. Use your spiritual calculator. So get your calculators out, get a piece of paper, and write her down. So know how the compass points to the north. This is what is called the polarity. Okay, and if I truly could be honest, since I'm not talking to anybody else here, unless they want to have adult conversation, we're just going to use that. This is called the model. We're going to use the model of this Earth, rock, block, whatever from the sun, whatever you want to call it. Let's get some kind of mass in here so we can, whatever. All right. So you got your islands or whatever. So, okay. So you got your ball here. You're spinning with your ball. As I'm telling you again, we were talking about this polarity. If we had a pole, because they said the compass, right? The North Pole is up here to the north. There's no such thing as pole. It's called polarity, magnetic pole, polarity, pole. We would actually have four poles, because we have a northern and a southern polarity. So we wouldn't have a north and south pole too, because there's no such thing as a ho-ho candy cane, a fixated pole. It's the magnetic polarity. In 1859, the sun shot a energy plasma dense wave that hit our rock polarity canopy, hit our rock. This polarity is what started shifting. It went to the first west. It turned around in 1900, did 180 degrees like they're being rebuked. Up, out, haste is what you call it in the military. I want to see elbows in your bunghole. All right, go, move out, draw fire. Started migrating to the other way. What was crazy is nobody talks about how this southern, like why the toilet spins one way in the southern, and I hate saying that word, hemisphere, polarity, not sphere. Stop it. Hemisphere. There's a reason why the toilet spins one way in the north and it does something different in the south, and it's not because you're spinning on a ball. Grow up. Magnetics, polarity, pull. This pole is pulling towards Siberia, Russia. This has been happening since 1859. Actually, it went away when the sun shot this X-flare. So I'm not talking about a subject that's new news. I want to get with the news. Never eat soggy waffles. News. Oh, yeah. Never eat Western soggy. Oh, news. My bad. Never eat soggy waffles. You know how to find your way when you're lost in space? If you're corkscrewing on a ball, block, rock, third rock from the sun through time and space, then why do you need to go to space? You're already in space. We're just going to throw one more little thing. I'm going to continue on the lesson. It's kind of stupid. We're going to go to space. You're already in space on your heliocentric model. We're going to use the models. I need to use these so you visually can understand. Like, I can't draw the sun like this right now. I could sit there and talk about this all flipping day until I'm freaking like Smurf, Papa Smurf, blue in the face, and your mind will not recognize it. I just want to show you like green needle and brainstorm. Okay, whatever. I know. Oh, I lost my marker. So You believe in magnetic field, but spherical. There's no such thing as Earth. See, already Austin's lost. So, okay, seriously, the Earth is not below your feet. You speak like the world, but I'm going to go ahead and continue. I don't care what you look. I'm going to show you. The word believe is an action word, so you need to shut up and listen. Stop asking questions. If you don't even know what you're talking about, and there's not. You could ask questions, but and that's not like you're trying to be facetious. But you got to know what you're talking about. You do not have to have any idea what you're talking about. Believe is a verb. You can't believe in Bigfoot. You can't believe in space. That's not what the word believes means. Imagine that. So you want to have a conversation with me, and for dialect's sake, I understand what you mean by what I believe. But see how they put this on us through even English. Do you understand? Do you that means you're under me, or do you overstand? We had this conversation last night. You know, like a convict up front, a con. Smack that down on the floor. Never mind. You got to be a regular subscriber to the channel. I don't speak like normal people because I don't like this foreign alien dialect, new mystery Babylonian that the world, everything they say has been robbed. And the value, like frequency wave, like toroidal field was spoken into existence, like the Torah, Genesis, Exodus, Numbers. That's what forms a toroidal field. You take a magnet, round, here we go again, talking about shapes, thought we couldn't talk about shapes, and you wrap it with copper, like like copper top battery, like Energizer Bunny, Energize Duracell, just keeps going and going. All right, so anyways, you wrap that copper magnet around that with that round, and you spin it around and you make a toroidal field, electricity. He spoke all this into existence. That's why everything is spinning, you idiots. You're not going outward and they're going to come inward. You're locked within the waters, the firmament. Waters above and waters below. The heavens aren't above your head. Earth's not below your feet. You can't serve two masters. Who's your master? Your dialect, your word. He said don't add a jot, dot, tittle, comma, period. Your own thought, that's the word pornea. And you add in your sentences and you think you believe in something. You can't believe in something. It's an action word. It's a verb. Maranatha, he said, until I return, have your loins girded in my service, believing in me, heeding me, purifying yourself as I purify. So if you don't want to purify your dialect in here, then I can't have a conversation because your mind has been corrupted, because you think you're spinning on a ball. Planet, Earth, that's the stupidest thing ever. God's in the sky. That's exactly why he divorced his bride Israel. That's why this deceiver is such a master. And I can cipher like Daniel, as I, as a magi, can cipher these codes. Decode, decipher, demon, a distributor of fortunes or lies to others, an idolater, and a distributor of fortunes or lies to self. There's no such thing as fortune. There's no such thing as free will. And there's no such thing as luck. Not by chance are you out here in the middle of the ball, rock, sun. If we were any closer, we would freeze to death, and any further away, we would die. This is not by chance. There's no such thing as free will. Father created all things, so there's no such thing as man-made. Oh, you're a maker, but you didn't create. Father knows what you're going to do. You can weight them dice. Father knows because he's inside you. He weight them. You can try to stack the deck. He knows where the cards will fall. The dice will land. You can't cheat Father. There's no such thing as free will. There's no, to be saved, you have to endure to the end. There's no such thing as luck. So you can sit there and play your little lottery games. Rome. Oh, Rome. They had lottery too. Remember, they lottery off a man and then eat his body after a week. Christmas. The sun god, Satan, in the middle of the winter. So if, we'll go back to what I was saying, I drew the sun like this and talked to you all day long and put this even there, your mind will not register. That's the sun. I have to make the sun look like this. So tell Donald Trump to paint his face white now. Clown, bozo, reindeer, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, and Bozo the clown. We all know he's the Cheeto man. That's why he keeps his face taco like the sun god, because he bends over Biden. Why won't he paint his face like Bozo the clown? He's got his rainbow wig. We know Ivan the Terrible and Melina. Remember, or Spaceballs, or a Force. Use the Force, Daddy, Sky Daddy, Yoda, or raising the Jed Spine out of the swamp. Out of the swamp. Remember the swamp, Yoda? with a snake like a ficus around his neck. They love to play with you. Remember the little slime creature from outer space? Marvin the Martian, Space Jam, balls. Man, that's got some hang time like Michael Jordan, 23. Remember our 23 ritual, brothers, sisters? Remember the 23? Oh, Michael, like the archangel. Slamming balls, huh? Remember? Smack that down on the floor. They love this stuff, slam dunking these people. With their balls. They do their ball ritual, brothers, sisters. Their sun god ritual. So tell Mr. Warp Speed Donald, if he painted his face like Bozo the Clown, like the sun. Look at that. I could sit there all day and teach you like that, but your mind would never register. The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. I mean, even if I put it below or above, but if I don't even have to put that as the sun, and you look at in your mind registers the sun. So green needle brainstorm. Seriously, 1859, we had the Carrington event. Since 1859, I told you that let's get all this stuff out of the way so you can see. The polarity of the sun started shifting again, first to the west and then back to the east, the way it came. Since that time, oh man, we just made a blob. Since this time, that's what I was saying, polarity. It's headed back towards Siberia, Russia. It's already moved over the mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, it went over the mid-Atlantic. So we know we have that capture now. The magnetic, the last time that this rock used to meaning that the sun every 11 years, every sun, that's right. It does. There you go. There you go, Connor. You got it. That is taking, there you go. Connor's got it. That looks like the apple. You see that on iPet Goat. Taking that bite of that apple. Good stuff, man. Good eyes. Connor, watch out for Connor. Connor's got a spiritual eye. He can deceive, right? No, he can decipher the difference between deception, deceive. He can decipher the deception. Good for you, Connor. Look into that apple. Remember what that apple is. Eve didn't, eat an apple. She slept with a serpent, and Adam partook in that. Who told you were naked? Remember, they didn't even know they were innocent. Somebody put that in their eye and perverted. He said, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and be cast in the sea than hurt one, cause my sheep to scatter, divide, and be thrown. He knows the number of hairs on our head. They be cast into the sea, correct? So good honor. Yeah, cool. We're under the same covenant on this one. Never let a man tell you anything. You're just as liable for the word as he is, okay? Being subservient back into the word in the Old Testament in the book of Deuteronomy meant that you let your husband teach you, so that when he went to work and you could teach the kids, just like Ahab married Jezebel and she taught them the wrong thing. That's when the sons of God came into the women. So Siberia, okay? He's like, finish, come on, I want to know. So, okay. We're all under this covenant, though, brothers and sisters. Remember that he's want us to marry truth to light. That's what we're talking about here. So this would be called heliocentric model. This would be called a geocentric model. Just so you know, there are models, brothers and sisters, that put us as the center of the universe, which is a stupid name, and that put the sun on the model. These are called geocentric models, heliocentric models. So we'll go back in this quick teaching, and I get and feed my animals because I'm on a farm here. So as I said, the polarity, remember there would be 4 poles, 4 polarity shifting, meaning that the sun's magnetics change. The compass would be pointed to the south if you were on the sun, which you can't stand on the sun because it's electric, but plasma. But that's what a pole shift, because they say we're having a pole shift. No, we're not having a pole shift. The pole shift would mean all the polarity would reverse 180 degrees. That used to happen every 300 to 360,000 years, like a clock, ding, on this rock, and you can find it when you go in the dirt. You can find it at these mid-Atlantic ridge, in the pottery, in the isotope data, which way the magnetic polarity was moving, okay? That's what happened, okay? So in 1859, the sun shot what was called this. We're coming up on the anniversary of what is called the Carrington event. It hit the canopy, this magnetic canopy that he said looks like an apple, right? And you see it does, huh? Even this way and sliced in this way. That's why they've got you spinning on a ball, guys. Connor can see it. She has an eye to see, a spiritual eye, a celestial eye, a biblical eye, a scriptural eye. They're not going to be lies. Not going to tell lies to her vision, are they? She can see through the deception. The veil has been lifted. The veil is the word toxon. Remember, they'll be fooled by sorcery. If you get your definition out as the word pharmakia, remember, like a snake, okay, and the venom. So anyways, who told you were naked? Remember eating the apple in the garden? Come on, brother, sister, you should be able to decipher this stuff if you have a spiritual eye. So anyways, using this model, going the heliocentric model, meaning that the sun, well, interesting that somebody would even say that. You got to watch. This is the one the sun is the one you want to watch, brother, sister, but this is the one that this is the one that, as a magi, it's so funny you said, I never even knew anybody even knew about that, but we won't even talk about the theory of that anyways. But this Kieseldeck, brother, sisters, Melchizedek is the king star. It gets its name, the king, because it's out in the night sky the longest, and it is the brightest of the Jovian gas giants. Okay, the only largest other one would be the sun itself. Okay, obviously, I don't put these images on my body because I don't know what that going back to Kali Yuga cycle I'm talking about. This is what they call, brothers, sisters, this is what they call Jupiter. I'm going to get off the lesson. I better not. They call Jupiter Planet X, brothers, sisters. They're looking for a planet. There's no such thing as a planet. It's a star. And they're looking for something outside of some solar system. And the Mayans called Jupiter the Great Destroyer, Hercolobus, the one at the planet of the crossing, Planet X, because it's what put that in our upper. We have a belt of asteroids. Obviously, these things move around up there. We don't go anywhere, but they do. Are you spinning around on a ball? So anyways, we'll go back to what we're saying. This is so hard to talk to people. They're so good at deceiving people, right? So this sun, it obviously has something in it, a dynamo that is creating this toroidal field. Once again, if you take a round magnet, and you put copper around it and you spin it, that's like technology that's been around for millions of years. We've had magnets, we've had coppers, you can spin it and make electric. If you think this is the first time we've been in some kind of electrical age, we don't even need really what you're thinking is electric. This is what is called polarity. Like static electricity, you can take and scrub something and make that spark, right? I'm trying to make your brain understand what's going on here. Most people can't because they think they're spinning on a ball. That's awesome, Darth. If you tell a great lie enough, they'll believe it, right, Darth? If you tell a great lie enough, they'll just believe it. Give them enough bread and circus, and they won't ever stand up and say nothing. Give them the donkey and the elephant and let them do the red team, blue team, just like they did in Rome. They knew this in Rome too, brothers, sisters. This has been known. We have Antiquitech on this rock that shows that we have had, remember, gravitics, right? Gravity, we'll call it, that's polarity. It's called perpetual polarity, okay? Perpetual polarity, perpetual magnetics, okay? I don't even want to go there and try to explain what the technology. We have megalithic structures that they can't build because the John G. Trump, whacked Tesla, and they've been holding that technology with their hadron colliders, and this has everything to do with what I'm telling you. They're trying to protect this rock from the sun that's whacking this rock, and this is the only thing that's keeping this place from just completely folding up on itself, basically, and it already is. This world is incomplete. They're right on line with the Deagle map, so go study the Deagle maps. I'm really starting to think that these Deagle maps are going to come to fruition. And this has been since 2017. I've been watching. I'm just saying, as far as I've been on this for 30 years with these people with their white papers and what they've been doing. Father just made me that way. But anyway, so moving on. They know this is happening. They know that the magnetic canopy over this rock is collapsing. Okay. That's why they have their hadron. It ain't about smashing atoms together. Okay. Have you ever even been to college? Okay, hold on. I went to college before I joined the military. It was a police officer, got out, got certification, reconstruction, got a 3.8 GPA in my 30s, went back during when I was in. What does college have to do anything? That's what's in a box or a block. You're an idiot. I bet you I can ask you just one question. What's your name here? 7AR. And you might know what's in the block rocks, but you don't even know what's outside. So how the hell do I care about if you know what's in the block rocks book. If you don't even know what's out, his story in a book. No, it's not that Victor gets the spoils. You're an idiot. Why would you ask me such a stupid question? Seriously, college, like they really teach anything. You teach people to be good slaves. Go get a job. You are uneducated. I don't even care if you have a freaking MD. So tell me, is a virus alive? Is a virus a living organ? Tell me what year it is. Since you wanted to be pulled out in front and interrupt the classroom, you know, you don't go in and teach some college professor. You leave your shit at the door like two girls in a cup, and you come in as a dry sponge. You don't come in and teach the teacher. And he said, call no man teacher. You're an idiot. You know, that means you don't know anything. I already know. You stink like the world. The questions you ask, you are an uneducated idiot. I don't care if you went to college. Are you spinning on a ball? Do you live on a planet? Go away, man. College. Like comes you got some kind of... A virus is not alive. Well, doctors not talking about that. They all have MDs. Medical doctors, not nutritional doctors that know about virology, know how to keep you healthy, but the ones that, boy, if they keep you healthy, they'll now have no business. So, college. What a child. A virus ain't even alive. That's how stupid the whole world is. It's not alive. It's not, the Android maybe, right? Programmed like a computer virus. It corrupts the mainframe. You're corrupted, just so you know. Your dialect. What a stupid question to ask. Are you even college? Did you even go to college? You're in a box. You know that? You know, I've had enough time to study with these MDs, NDs, and then, you know, do my own and like get life hacks. But you don't, you want to trust the science, don't you? You want to trust the science. Is that what you're saying? College is important? Okay, so let me ask you there, NR, have you been to college? Have you been to college? Are you college educated? Okay, thank you, Dart. That's what I'm saying. And who's the head of NASA? Who invented NASA, Dart? Who invented NASA? We know it goes right back to World War II, huh? These people don't even know their history. Freaking idiots, let alone college. They forgot what they were taught in history in elementary school, junior high school. I didn't go to middle school. There was no such thing as middle school. It was called, I graduated early. I didn't even have to. My dad died. I didn't even have to go to school. I did whatever the hell I wanted, living on the streets of Los Angeles, California. Freaking idiots. So, thank you. You guys are bad. All right, moving on. I don't care if you have a college degree. People with college degrees literally just participated in this toxon sorcery sticker and got paid to do it. So fuck doctors and fuck people with your degrees. You're an idiot child. I don't care if you know what's in a box. Here's you with your degree, loser, ×2. I'll give you a witness locked in the cage. So anyways, you probably go to work and make a 9-to-5 job and you only can make so much money because you're strapped down, retarded, restricted, screwed. Like you can only use so much of your brain, they said, right? That's what they said, and that's what you can use, right? You're an idiot. I bet you couldn't even use both sides of your brain properly because you've been restricted, retarded, screwed down, throttled down, whatever you want to call it. Your orifice opening is, oh, maybe somebody blew your orifice out. Sticking lightsabers in your ice holes? Are we corkscrewing on a ball? Raising the Jurassic Jed spine? Oh, here we go, Yoda. In the swamp. I hate to break it to you. You are the swamp. All right, moving on. Isn't that funny that they could sit there and pull this on everybody? They got the whole world going with this, brothers, sisters. Seriously, everybody you know is going for this crap. And they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it. So, are you going... Listen, a college degree don't give you shit. There's more people standing in the fucking unemployment line with college degrees than there's not. You don't know anything about college. College to teach you to be a slave master. Stop talking about college, okay? We're done talking about college. Your degree is your master. You can't serve two masters. Your bachelor, you could take your little party somewhere else. Yeah, and we're not supposed to celebrate anything, not even one day, especially self or birth. So you know anybody who celebrates birth dates? That's called a Satanist. And anybody who doesn't speak up about celebrating anything right now is a Satanist. Anybody who's not spending current charges, trying to be thrown in prison or jail in a box because he said we're supposed to be separated for speaking up about this, you're not Christ-like. Christ is a pagan term, never written in that scripture, book, block. Bible means book. Yeah. See, all this stuff you add, that's why they can do this to people. If people would just sit down and read the scripture, you could decode all of this stuff. But you don't sit down and read the word at all, and they put it in everything. Even the president is doing it. They do it during UFC. They do it during the halftime occult ritual, Masonic, swine skin show where they're chasing each other around in tights, killing each other over letters and numbers and flavors of the rainbow, flags, and jerseys. The giants of the day, the Anunnaki, not Skywalker. There are no aliens. Giants, David Slade, Anunnaki, they were told to go into the land of Anak. Anunnaki, not Anakin Skywalker. Here we go, raising the Jurassic Jed spine again. Rain in the swamp. No, I hate to get it. You got some anal syrup coming out your whatever. It's thick. You're sick. Remember? Trading lightsabers in their ice holes. What's coming out your backside is, it's front and backside. It's swine. Remember? I told you earlier, leave your shit at the door. You can't have a conversation with anybody more, brothers, sisters, because they'll do that dumb shit. Go, you don't have a degree. You can't talk about it. So thanks for letting me take a pause for the cause here, because people, their dialect is alien. They only know a little bit. That's the word oligos, right? Like a doctor knows what's in a box. I'm not saying you can't go to the doctor at the emergency room. I'm a first responder. I'm a military police. I'll put your body back together before hopefully the paddy wagon, not maybe the apricots, or I don't know, they're amber and cherries, not cherries and blueberries. That's me. I'm the first one. Code 3, right to put those intestines right back into your body until they can show up. And maybe it's the paddy wagon's not coming, and it's the ambulance, no, hey, thank you we shouldn't say that. You're bitching and moaning about, somebody not having a degree, and you got somebody who's putting your body back together. Do they have a degree? They got certification, training. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. Oh, these people know how to be a doctor. Look what they just did. You'll be fooled by snakes up a pole, sorcery, pharmakia. Everybody just did it. How do you think they did it? Trust the science. Trust we love you. We're going to do it at the Super half bowl, like a dome show. You don't live on a block, a rock, flat or round. You're an idiot. That's not what the word says. Where does it say the earth is round? Where does it say the earth is flat? And that's why it gets so hard to even have a conversation with anybody, because earth isn't below your feet. That's not what the earth is. There's no planet earth. You know what I'm saying? Your dialect is alien. So how do you have a conversation? Welcome to New Mystery Babylon, sisters, where this word has just been washed. Watered down milk is what it is. Watered down milk. So, okay, well, there you go. Good eyes there, Calvary. You're looking for something. I hope you're not a Calvinist. That's how they got everybody to trust the science, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, it's here. We got somebody. The earth is round, asshat. I'm an asshat. Okay, let's see. This person called me an asshat. Let's see. 7NR. Are you in here? So 7NR, will you do me a favor and tell everybody, since you're talking about shapes, okay? Shapes, okay? Shapes. Tell me, do you live on a planet? 7NR, because you got to keep it scriptural. This is a ministry. I'm going to move on with this lesson because there's some people waiting for the rest of this teaching, and you're now interrupting. I'm just toying with you like a golden carrot on a string, like a Muppet, Fraggle Rock. I got him over there. You see those got a little fluffy thing like the head, like Donald's, the little fries, a little fluffy pom, whatever, those Fraggle Rock, I got them dangling that golden carrot right in front of them, and they're chasing it. But don't worry about this. I'll get back to you with this lesson. Okay, here we go. So, 7NR, can you tell me? Do you live on a planet? You said you live on a planet. You said yes. Say 7. Say yes. I live on a planet. Because we're gonna show that you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about at all. I know Darth knows what I'm talking about. See, your dialect is foreign, it's alien. So we're going to ask you, see if you even know what you're talking about. What the hell? We already defined what hell is. So obviously that's where you're at right now. The empty space in your head, space balls. Well, those two little things between, that's your ear balls. Sorry, never mind. Oh, your eyeballs or ear balls. Which ones are they? Oh, I got to let my dogs out here in a minute too. So Faceless, cool. Yep, no, that's awesome. Cool. No, I just, because some people, because Calvary, just, I don't mean to like an attack on you just because your name. Well, because I teach predestination, think I'm a Calvinist. I'm not a Calvinist. I'm not any religion. So I didn't mean to do. I was just asking because it's your, thanks for your, I knew what you were saying, and that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with somebody. That's actually fruit. So 7NR, you say, yes, I do live on a planet. Now, this is a scriptural thing, and he told me, don't sup with vipers, don't cast your pearls before swine. Tell me and give me the scripture. 7NR, I'm going to show that you're an idiot and you're an ignoramus and you're an idiotos. So you have to actually give actual fact. 100% fact in here. This is Grace and Truth Ministries, not a religious channel. I rebuke every religion. They're Satanists. All of them celebrate. You're not supposed to celebrate one day, not even one single day. Not one day do you celebrate, especially yourself. That's porneia, Greek word, idolatry, birth, the self of birth. There's only one birth date in Scripture, which is, to Herod, and he killed Christ, and Satan. So you're a Satanist if you celebrate even one day. So if you think you live on a planet, tell me in Scripture. I'll let you use the rejected texts. Those are the ones that were not canonized, that were taken out. I mean, you can go through the Dead Sea Scrolls, which Enoch, I don't care. There's 2 of them, not just one Enoch. You can go through anything. Tell me, and you have to put in here, otherwise you are an ass. You can't learn, because if you think there's no such thing. But tell me where it says in the text, scriptures, not book, Bible. That's what Bible means, is book. You can use that because it wasn't written on paper. It was written on tablets of stone. And I think even smoking too much is what you're doing, or you got the jab or something. Too many jabs. Boosters, you got stung by the spelling bee that started spelling, casting spells, and telling lies to your vision. Your mom considers me pretty smart. So you went to talking about my mom. Okay, guys, look at that. Where the conversation went. You started talking about my mom. My mom. Really? Okay, man, you got to be with her. Okay, so anyways, let my dogs out, feed my chickens. We'll get up. We'll finish this lesson. Does anybody want to finish the lesson? I can come back later and do this. Look, I'm done. I got to get up and get to work, guys. I have a ministry out here that I got to finish because I want to get out of the United Corporation, divided states of this corporation, so I can go down to have a better place to grow food. Okay. And expand the ministry, and I'll come back up in a little bit, and we'll monetize the channel, and we'll come back up, and we'll put some work in. I got work to do out there on the Rusty Dragon. So these dogs are looking at me like they want to go outside. They're hanging out. Yes, I know, Dad's live stream. You just still look at that. So anyways, okay, all done. So I can come up later and can finish. I want to talk about this because, look, guys, I'm going to try to wrap it up in a nutshell here. Appreciate those 19 likes. Appreciate that $20. Who's here? It was an awakening. Can you come back? Thanks a ton, everyone. Yes. Hey, listen, 7R, you're a swine demon, and you can thank people, but you're a serpent. So, you don't live on a planet. I asked you, and I'm going to wait here actually before you get out of here, because I already said you're an idiot. And I have no personal attack to you, but you've shown that you're swine. Tell everybody in here where it says the one word, planet in Scripture, and I'm going to wait. Apologize for interrupting. I have a responsibilities, guys. So I'm going to come back. It's had fun, because you had fun being an idiot in here toying. I should have cashed your ass out of here because you're an ass long ago, because that's what he said. If you don't turn a goat into a sheep. So tell me where it says the word says, stop talking about my animals, idiot, and tell everybody in here to show everybody, prove yourself worthy by your study, that where it says the word planet. Stop talking about my animals, answer the question, because then you start talking about my mom. That's why I stopped talking. But tell everybody where it says planet, or I'm going to moderate you so that you can't come in here on the next live stream. I won't permanently ban you. I've never permanently banned. Father is the one who separates, condemns. But if you come in here next time, I will recognize you. I never forget anybody who ever comes in here. I can even smell you out if you try to change your name. I've done it tons of times. I have prognosko, some foreknowledge up. So tell everybody in this room where. All right, you're banned. Okay, thank you, brothers and sisters. Who was in here earlier that asked this question about? Come on, you guys go outside. Good boys. I'm gonna cook me some eggs too before I go. I'm gonna get myself some. I'm gonna get some breakfast going too here. So we'll continue this conversation. You just have to sit here and listen to me while I get my day ready. So I need to have some bit of conversation here. All right, hey, the magnetic polarity, like I said, has been shifting since the Carrington event. Okay, we just got whacked again with another. An aurora is our showing that our magnetosphere is failing. That energy coming through is plasma, protons, plasma, electric, ionized particles, gas. Plasma is electric, okay, and it penetrates through that canopy. That's a pretty thing. It's gorgeous. I live in the largest dark side, but it's showing that our magnetosphere has failed. It has failed. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And we didn't have the energy, Donald. We didn't have the energy. This is what they're planning for, brother, sister. I don't care. This is why they're doing everything that they're doing. They're making all these huge moves right now because the canopy I've already showed you has failed. The U.S. Navy came out and already put out in their report that over the last 400 years, and it's been since 1900, not 400 years, but I'm not going to sit there and do that, since this magnetic field canopy started weakening, okay? By 40% is what they said. That means we don't even have 40%. And I know that, look at that report, okay? How long ago was that came out? And we keep getting whacked by more of these solar flares. And we know that our magnetosphere failed because we had in 2023, remember, we'd only ever had two, right? Two of those type where you can see northern lights at the equator does not equate. Correct? They're called northern lights for a reason, and they have them in the south too, but they're called northern lights for a reason because they're up there at the poles, polarity, where all the energy comes in at that toroidal field that I was showing you guys, okay? That's where the energy from the sun comes in from the top and the bottom. That's why the toilet spins one way on the top, right, of this. We live in the eye of our Creator. He's inside of us. We live in the eye of our Creator. Half round Earth. But we're not spinning. Shh. Half round Earth. We live in the eye, like the convex lens rock. We'll use these earthly terms. Convex lens. Shh. Listen, I know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. That's why we see that reflection off the top of the sundog. There we go. Look at that. What do you think that's a reflection of? The dome. You live under the dome. Earth. Eternal avatar reality training habitat. We never go anywhere. We always come back here. Shh, don't tell anybody. Like he's looking down right back at us, huh? Go look at this image, brothers and sisters. It actually winks. It gets the eyelid and it goes like that. Yes, it does. Go look at the images. I'll come up on the next thing. We'll use this as our next image with the actual sundog. Reverse God, E-God. He's watching. He's always watching. He's watching right out from behind your eyes. He knows what the world can't see. He knows your intentions. Nobody's getting away with nothing. Christ in you. I love it. Oh my gosh, this world is so freaking nuts, man. The man's nuts, grab him. God is not universe. That's right. He's inside of us. He's the one who's making all of this spin. Not us. We're not spinning. Everything else is spinning. Look up in the flipping sky, guys. You see it all. You can look. You can see it. Most of them are lights. A lot of them aren't even spinning. They're just lights. Kind of like our star, the sun is a light. It's a gaseous light. It's electric. Oh, you turn on electric and the light comes on. What do you know? Holy crap. You didn't have to have a degree in science to know that. So, no, be quiet. You stay out there. You already ate. You got your eggs already for the day. You got your eggs already. I got 12 eggs yesterday. So, look. What was that? Oh, I was like, alfalfa seeds. I was like, what the heck did I put up there? Some alfalfa. Some alfalfa seeds. Alfalfa. We're gonna eat some eggs here. We're gonna eat some more eggs. We pay the puppy some eggs this morning too. We're making our way through the eggs. Uh-oh. We eat a lot of eggs here. Uh-oh. We feed them back to the chickens. Crush them out there. Some butter going. I've never had a mo bit of butter. Okay, so you guys, we had, oh, what just happened? What's going on with this darn thing? All right, anyway, so we just had another low latitude aurora event. Come on, oh, stay in one place. Okay, there we go. And we shouldn't have, guys. We got pounded by a bunch of energy that made it through this magnetic protective canopy, okay? And I'm telling you, this is what the elite are getting ready for, brothers and sisters. This is what they know. This is 100%. This takes precedence over any other event on this rock right now. Nobody will take me seriously. You're going to need to get away from the sun, guys. The sun is going to pound this place so freaking hard because that is his weapon, and that is what's going to do all of this. It's going to eventually blot the sun out with volcanism like it always does in a cycle, in these Kali Yuga cycles. And you just go back and look at the cycle. Stop trying to be biased. Stop thinking you need a stinking degree to talk about something. Do the basic math. Do your basic math, okay, please. Where did I get that? Put that one back over there. So, do the history. Go back and look at the same. Do the cycles. Just don't be biased. Look at the information. Discern the information. You should see easily that they know that this is happening, and they're going to try not to incite any panic as this event happens, so that they can, and that's what they're doing. They're taking top-down control of everything right now. That's why Donald Trump just put military in 19 states, brothers, sisters, is because the magnetosphere, because the auroras, because the sun's protection. Eventually, you're not going to be able to go outside. It's going to be like a microwave. That's why they're doing all these underground bases. If they could leave and go to the stars, they already would have left. They already would have been out of here. There's nobody's going to come here and save you, okay? And then flips around again. So this is what they're getting ready for. This is exactly everything that they're doing has to do with this, because it's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. And they know of this cycle. I already showed you we're in the 6th extinction event right now, brothers and sisters, and they're damn good well aware of that. Don't think they don't know that. They know that. It's not here. I put like 4 eggs on my egg burrito last night. It was too many eggs. I'm an egg millionaire. I got to lay more eggs today. What am I going to do with all these eggs? I better eat some eggs for breakfast, huh? I got 12 eggs yesterday from 8 birds. That's not even possible, but it happened. Got eggs coming out my left exticle. Oh, broke that one. Oh, well, that's okay. Got so much eggs. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these eggs. I've been eating a lot of eggs, guys. That's good. I like eggs. I'm going to make me burrito again for breakfast. Last night, actually, too, I had made some, before I went to bed, I made some potato pancakes. But, all right, let's, so anyways, let's scoot this back a little bit. There we go. Maybe it'll hold better. Okay, there we go. Got to get some garlic on here, a little bit of garlic. Garlic on my eggs. Got to light this skillet here. This is the bad skillet right here. I'll tell you, I like this. I needed a bigger one. I had another one, I don't know where it went, and but I need to get a bigger one. I love these skillets, man. I love them cast iron. Love them cast iron. Let's get this going here. Eggs are going. Cooking on propane now. Propane and propane accessories. Flip this bad boy. Ooh. Let's turn that off. Give us the tortilla. No, I'll come out there in a minute, Toggy. I gotta feed those birds too. I gotta eat for go out there and work. I know, I have abundance, man. I'll tell you what. Tell you what. Okay, that's a green screen behind you. Stop saying that's not real. How come people say that to me all the time? Well, not all the time, a lot. That's not real. That's a green screen. They want to be here, huh? How come you're not here with me in the desert, hanging out, living the American dream? We're going to take this American dream and move it to Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia, Peru. We're going to go to South America. We're going to America if Father allows us. If Father allows us. All right, so queso. All right, so I don't have any cheese, do I? Oh, that's all right. I don't need any cheese. You don't need to eat a cheese with every stinking meal. I should have cooked some beans. That's all right. I'm gonna get my butt to work. I got work to do. I want to try to get this roof on this. No, I wouldn't eat it, Connor, but you can eat it. You know what I'm saying? You can eat it under this covenant. You can eat anything, Connor, anything. It's not what goes in a man or a woman that defiles him or her. It's what comes out of the people. So it's come out under this covenant. You're not bound by the dietary laws. You're not bound by the old laws of Aaron and Levite. You're not under the law. If you're destined, you're not under the law. Give unto Caesar what is to Caesar, but you're not under the law. It will cover you if you suffer because of that, remember? So, but stay away from bacon. Don't ever eat bacon. It's a low energy. It's got, there's way better ways you can get a source. But if you choose to eat it, it's not going to get you out of the graces of God. You can eat it every day for the rest of your life for every meal, okay? It's probably not good for your body. It's got worms that you can't get rid of. It's just drags some people down. Some people don't bother them at all. Don't bother them at all. But there's nothing by eating pork or not eating pork under this covenant that's going to get you. And nothing you do, but not only by faith are you saved. You have to put legs on faith, but you're not under the dietary laws, the Cyclical laws. That's why nobody can say, oh, you got tattoos. I can have tattoos under this covenant. Remember, I teach with my tattoos. That's the ministry. That's how I've been ministering with these tattoos for, as long as I've had them. Some of these tattoos, I've had these for 15, for a long time, but it's not what goes in. The tattoo machine is not what goes in a man. It's what comes out of me. So, okay, Connor, does that make sense? Good question. Because people think they can't, and they want to be pleasing to Father. It was an unclean meat. I've gone through and done the dietary laws. Look, I'm going to make it very simple for you, okay? You don't eat anything that eats another animal, because that could eat a dead corpse, or you don't eat poop. So you don't want to eat anything that's carnivorous. You're supposed to chew the cud and split hoof, remember?
under the old dietary laws. Just you can eat whatever you want. Listen, I'm just telling you the guidelines. That's why people lived. You eat all this stuff, and why we don't live as long as we used to. Our diet sucks. Genetically modified food, Yellow Lake #5, all these. Listen, dietary laws. No shrimp because they're a filter feeder. No crustaceans. No, they're a filter. They eat poop, or they ate something that eats something that's dead. That's all the dietary laws. They're so simple. I gave you a sabbatical law hack. Like we have these life hacks. Think about what I just said. Can't be on the bottom. It has to have scales. That means that's bottom feeders, catfish, that type. It eats poop. Goes down to the bottom and they eat that. They're a filter feeder. But eat shrimp, eat lobster, eat pork, eat whatever you want. You're not under any dietary laws under this covenant. You can eat what you want. Actually, he said if it's on this, it's here for us to consume. He put these here. So yes, so does that make sense? You ever have anybody explain to you the dietary laws in a very quick fashion, because you're not supposed to eat shellfish. Shellfish, they filter. They're a filter feeder that eats poop. They eat poop. Carnivorous animal will eat another animal that's dead, and you could get that in your system, and that can make you sick. So you don't eat things that eat other animals. You don't eat things that eat poop. See how simple that was? Don't eat things that eat poop, and don't eat things that eat other animals. But you can eat whatever you want. So don't worry, you're not going to please God by not eating something or eating something. Chickens eat anything. Does that make sense, guys? Ladies, brothers, sisters, does it make sense, though? Does that make sense? I don't eat seafood. I don't eat pork. I don't eat chicken unless I raise it. I only eat beef. I don't eat anything else. I eat chicken, liquid chicken. I'm eating some liquid chicken right now. Speaking of, I'm going to go feed my birds. I put extra sauce on them. Oh, that's hot. All my birds keep getting out. I got to put a thing up today. You ladies keep jumping out of there. Why do you ladies keep getting out of there? It's you that doing it. You're the one who's doing it. You teaching them that. You're the one who's teaching them that, girl. You pretty girl. You're the one who's teaching them that. I know it's you. I got to do that today. She started jumping up over here, and now she's doing it every time. They'll follow me. Come on, my sweetie bees, girls. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on, there's my girls. Hold on. Oh, you are so pretty. We're missing a bird. Oh, we got one in there laying. Yep, we got one in there laying. Hold on, sweethearts. Let's sit you down here for a minute, guys. Somewhere. Oh, come on. Stop pecking me in the feet. Stop pecking at my feet. Not going to stay there. Oh, what garbage. There we go. Okay. Liquid chicken. Hey, girls. I'm gonna have to go get food, guys. I'm almost out of food. Come on, girls. Got one egg so far. Oh, Panner's over there hunting. He got something. What do you got there, Yasher boy? You little chipmunk or something. Hey, let's go over there and check out the cabin. Come on. Yeah, they're big. Let's go check out the cabin before all that sunlight comes in there. We'll be able to see it. Hey, wait. I gotta go get my drink. Turn this off. Because I can just almost go straight to work. Go straight to work. Oh my gosh, hold on. I just drooled all over myself. Oh, that sauce is coming out of that burrito. All right. A little overcast today. Might keep this temperature down good. Stay in the yard. Lock on the door so the puppies don't come out the gate. That's yeah, I can. I can't explain it right now, but yes, I can, because that's the moon worship. Tammuz was the son of Satan, and when Satan died, she had sex with her son Tammuz, which was Samaramis or Samarius, and that's that pedophilia, right? That's where that comes from, through the lunar god Samaris. And if you look at the Ishtar god, Ishtar, Ashtaroth, or Ishtar, Samaris, those Nordic tribes that went after lunar gods. Tammuz was the lunar god of the sea, the abyss. So you see that crescent moon, and star on all the nations' flags. There you go. So think about your swastika emblem that I've showed you with these under the moon lunar worship in the dark months from 9/23 to 3/23. Holy crap, Pastor. Yeah, that's what that is. It's lunar worship. So that's why all their flags have the because that was the toroidal field. And the sun doesn't have like I said, or excuse me, the moon's toroidal. Remember that magnetics changes every 22. That's why they say ladies have their moon. You ever heard that before, Connor? Ladies have their moon. I only know a couple ladies who say that. You call it a period, but that's that same, because it's the cycle of the egg that's dropping and going through the ovulation cycle of fertility. She was the fertility goddess, Samaramis, the sex goddess, who had sex with her son. Muslims, Catholics, same thing. So, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But anyways, let's go inside here, this building, and then I'm going to probably get to work. I'll come back and restart the stream back up, but we're going to go inside before the sun comes out here. What's going on here? Hold on. All right, I'll have to check this afterwards. Okay, so we're gonna go inside this inside the cabin because I want to show you this wall that I had built yesterday, and the sun was so bright on this wall that we couldn't even see the wall. Might already be that darn bright in here, and the sun ain't even coming in here. So, God, this camera sucks. Nope. All right, we'll get up closer to it. But anyways, I got to finish this wall today. I ended up putting all the insulation in the ceiling yesterday, all the way across, and so I've got to finish the ceiling on the back side in here, and then again the walls. Let me see if I can flip this camera the other way, and it might work better. I think it will for some reason. Yeah, see, already it does. So this is what I put in and installed yesterday. Was finishing up these walls. I had to rob this big old board out of this cell that I built because this is finished. I'm going to put a larger block down at the bottom and a shelf up at the top. But this is completed. Everything's insulated, triple insulated like this. There's 3 layers of insulation behind these. So I wanted this open cell look like this and keep the cell open in this, part of the cabin here. So I robbed this and used it over here. I went from it's these ones here that I'd use. So I finished that and then trim this out. Hi, girl. So, and then I ended up putting this header, like a header up there for this board here. Hi, girl. I love you. So I'm going to put a big up here. I'm going to put a big shelf up here. Good. So I got to try to do this today. And before the sun gets too hot, I got to get up in here because this is all trapped back in here. So I'm going to have to get off here right now and get to work. But I need to finish putting the insulation in these so that I can put the tin back here. And then I'm going to string this large log siding up and put this up on the lid. So the lid will have big log roof up on I think it'll look really good. It's going to be pretty difficult to get done, but I'll get her done. I'll figure out how to do it. I've kind of in my mind now worked on how to. I love you. What are you doing, my little girl? You're the best girl I ever had. You are the best girl. So, yes, you are. Okay, but anyways, wanted to come in and show you guys here before the light, came through that doorway, but I'm liking it. So it's coming along. Try to get this done because I have other projects. So actually right now I need to go and put some fencing up on that chicken pen there because they keep jumping up. That one lady figured out she can jump up, so she keeps getting out of there. So I need to string some chicken wire up there to keep that lady from getting up there. But we're coming along, but I got to get in here today before it gets too hot and the sun comes out and heats all this area up. So more insulation. And then I'll probably, from there, I'm going to probably go ahead and start the tin on this area so that I can come back because I need the tin to be underneath the wood here. And then the same thing here. I'm going to have to put the tin down first, before I put my shelf and possibly another board up here. And then I'm going to actually have to put another board I can see. And to figure out how to cut that big old nail off too. I might just drill a hole in it. We'll see. But it'll probably go up under it. That's it. I'll be fine. So, all right, guys, wanted to come over here and give you a shot of what I'm doing here before I get to work. I'll come back up in a little bit and I'll be going live and then won't be talking about anything else, controversial. And we'll just try to continue to grow the channel out. So come back and we'll talk about getting out of the U.S. and going over to South America and starting up a second ministry so we can have both a North and South American ministry. So his bride is everywhere, but this is the continent that I live on right now. So we might as well just get a North and South American ministry going now. So yeah, I want to do that. That's a great idea. Who said that? I can't remember. Or turn that into a dragon. The great red rusty dragon. It's even kind of up in the air like a dragon would be, huh? So, Good stuff. All right. Thank you, brothers, sisters, for your time. I'll come back up and, I'll do another one of these talks about the magnetic excursion. It's ongoing. And again, we just had another solar flare crush this rock, brothers, sisters. You better have a place to get away from the sun. That's all I'm telling you. It talks in scripture how men's skin, men and women, they're going to have boils on their skin from the sun. You're going to have a place to get away from the sun. Your little cracker box, little building that you live in is going to go up in smoke. It's going to be like a microwave outside where you can't go out for, and it's a cycle. It will pass. It's just a cycle. And that's why they're getting ready for this process. I know it. I see it. That's why this magnetosphere is, we're getting energy from the sun that shouldn't be putting and showing us any kind of auroral activity at all. And yet we're still being, seeing massive auroras because they know this magnetosphere has failed. It has already failed. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until the cycle resets itself. But we have a ways to go and waves to go, because that's what it says, sorrows, before we get there. So don't take this lightly. You take it with a grain of salt. How about that? I'm not trying to incite panic, or just find a place to get out. Yeah, listen, I know this sounds crazy, Pedro, but get about 6 feet of dirt underneath you. 8 feet of dirt and you'll be fine. Pedro, they've done this before, man. There are places all over this rock. South America's they're everywhere. Everywhere. That's why they're moving over there in Crimea. That's what that whole thing in Ukraine is about. All the underground pyramids that are over there, and all the, guys, there are massive chasms on this rock because people have gotten away from the sun before in this cycle. It's not like this is a panic thing. They've done this already. We're here because people are smart enough to do it. So there are other places. Try to find an overhang or something like that. Or, there are all kinds of, little caverns. This rock is very cavernous that we live on. I'm not telling you to go live down there, brother. So I don't want to live under the ground. It's the last thing I want to do. But I want to get away from the sun so that the sun doesn't microwave me. The sun is electric, brother, sister. You plug your microwave in, right? You know what a radio wave is? I'm on a Mexican radio. Whoa, whoa. I wish I was in Tijuana. There we go. Thank you, Pedro. I wish I was in Tijuana. Smoking homegrown marijuana. Never mind. Eating barbecued iguana. All right. So thank you, Pedro. It's not like you're crazy if you don't, Pedro. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy if you don't. At least try. You know what I'm saying? Why not at least try? All right, I'll plug my phone back in until I get ready here. Okay. Oh, man. So thanks for not being blind, Pedro. Thanks for knowing your cycles, or, that they did this before. They're all over. It's everywhere, Pedro. They're all over the place. It wasn't just Turkey. Look at the Hopi. Who's the Hopi? The Hopi were the ant people. They're not lizard people or digit people. They're all shapeshifter people. They were normal people that used their freaking brain, that dug down in layers, just like ants build in the ground. Yeah. And those people are going to come back out of the ground, is what it says in scripture. Yes, they are. That's what scripture, everybody looking for all this stuff coming out of the sky. And it says that whatever is here is been here all along. It's not come from the sky. It's going to come from underneath our feet. Lost in space, right? So appreciate people paying attention to what has happened before. There are chasms all over this rock, underground cities. The government has built so many deep underground military bunkers, bases. It's out of sight, out of mind. So you don't even know it's there. There's massive. Where I live, there's the largest one in the area is right over here. It was a big burp of a bubble from a lava tube that fed and built the Cascade Ranges from Yellowstone. It's like a ping pong ball between these things, go back and forth, these lava tubes. There's all kinds of lava tubes. So it's not like volcanism, like volcanoes are just in one place. They're in many, many places. So, people already used what was there. They knew of these tunnel systems because of the whole lava cleared the tube out. It literally glassed the inside of that wall like Elon Musk boring machines. Why do you think you hear all these popping and whistling and crackling in the sky? That's underneath your feet. You know what I'm saying? So look around. There are probably places that people ain't even thinking of. You might meet some government officials there because some of them are privileged to the information. But you see what I'm saying, brothers, sisters? It's not a permanent thing. The cycle isn't permanent. Everything cycles. The one thing that's constant is change. The climate has always been changing, but there is a cycle of these sun cycles that they know, guys, and they're gaslighting everybody right now, getting ready for this. They're literally gaslighting everybody. This is what all this heavy movement is. If you're not taking Donald Trump taking over and federalizing the District of Criminals, Columbia, the police force there, this is the same thing that happened during World War II. I encourage you to overlay what the seventh king Adolf did and see what Mr. Warp Speed is doing right now. He is doing the same exact thing. We're already there. You don't have to wait. Actually, he is following the blueprint of the seventh king because he's being revealed as the eighth king. That's why I try to tell you, you guys aren't paying attention. Go look at what he's doing and go look at all the lists of what he did and who he went after and how he federalized things. And he's doing the same thing. It's like he's got his playbook. That's why he has his house decorated with him. Why would he not go by that playbook, guys? Come on. This channel is such a blessing. Go lay down over there if you're going to go that way. Go lay down over there. This channel is such a blessing. I hope you've seen what we've revealed on this channel. Eternally, it feels amazing. You know, it feels to know that we knew who the seventh king was. We know he was being revealed. We were here before anybody knew because he gave us a spiritual eye to see. And so it shouldn't be very hard to see. So they know this. They know these sun cycles. That's why they dig in. That's why Trump is hooked up with, Elon Musk. They're laughing at people. Why do you think he called his company Tesla? It's not by chance. They didn't do this for no reason. So they're very aware of what is going on right now. And that's why they're making such massive military moves, because they're getting ready to take top-down control of the people again. It's already happening again. So don't wait. There's not something, what are you going to do when you can't go outside? It's a microwave. Well, it's too late. You didn't go try to get away from it. You didn't try to look for anything. You weren't a wise virgin. He had said extra oil. Maybe it's because you need extra oil to be inside under the ground, huh? A lamp. The eye is the lamp of the body. Oh, wow. It'd be like you have extra oil. So if you had to go under the ground, you could see in the dark, huh? Oh, wow. It's like if it was a dark place. It's like this whole place is a big bat cave, huh? Bunch of bat shit is what it is. It is. People are full of it. You'd be foolish right now to not try to find a place before anybody else does, and probably nobody will know. And then go out and reap the benefits. You ever play Call of Duty and scavenger perk all their stuff because they didn't want to, whatever's left. So they're aware of it. I'm 100% certain everything they're doing right now is because of this. This is the largest event ever in our lifetime. We are in the sixth extinction event right now. We're in the fifth turning to the 400-year cycle, which is 5 times 4 is 2,000, and then that times 6 is where we're at. 6,000 years ago, this rock was flooded with water. This time he said he's going to bring the fire. So look at what's happening with the sun. It's already changed dramatically since, about 7 or 8 years ago, it turned white, just dark, bright white, and it just burns the living crap out of a lot of things, like plants that are full sun. Tomato plants need to have some shade. So this is not anything changed with the sun. It's just that the magnetosphere is melted off the canopy, like I said. And now we are seeing the effects of, auroras when we shouldn't be getting auroras. And that is showing that our magnetosphere has failed the protection, and they're getting ready for it. And they're not going to tell the general public. They're not. And that's what they're doing. So it's a big dog and pony show, big circus show, keeping people entertained long enough till this event happens. And they're going to come in like a hero with a pre-planned solution because they know the problem is already coming and it's here. And now it's something we're in. We're not waiting for an event anymore to happen. You don't have to wait for some 9/11 event. It's already happening. And if people don't get out of the way of this one, they're not going to fend very well. And I'm not inciting panic. Actually, perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. So you'll see how poorly people will perform because they're not even trying. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. They're already failing. just like the magnetosphere is already failing. I'm certain of it. So this is 100% in the eyes of the governments, why they are doing everything, all these wars, all this is a shifting so that they can get ready for when this final, eventually the sun is going to be blotted out. We're going to go in a nuclear winter because volcanism. This happens every time. Or we can get an AMOC event where the Atlantic, the circulation, the overturning of that, where that slump, where the circulation goes down into the Atlantic, it doesn't do that. It goes up in the north and it melts all the bottom of the icebergs, not the tops by global warming, but the bottoms, which are way bigger. And then all that salinity, the salt content in our oceans change. It switches the currents and we go straight, because that's the hydrological cycle of the ocean. And we go into an instant ice age. Straight. We've been in an ice age in the 1700s, 1800s. People think ice age, that was like millions of years ago. Walt Disney with the little stupid thing chasing the woolly mammoth and the little squirrel chasing the acorn. You watch too much movies. We had the Dalton minimum. Remember, we had the Maunder minimum. Remember, these were minimums where the sun did the same thing that I'm talking about, and it's doing it again. And so people don't want to talk about it. But the elite, the people at the top, these people have all the money. What do you think it's called privileged information for? Growing up with a silver spoon in your mouth. I hope you got some silver too. You see silver? You better have some food. You know what I'm saying? Better have some bullets. Better have some Band-Aids. They sell both bullets and Band-Aids, bombs and bandages. They make money on both sides of the war. Stop warring with people, brothers, sisters. Please. This is a time you better find a place away from people. He said, be in the world. What do you think he means? Be in the world. Have extra oil. Well, that sounds like there's an event coming where you might need to get in the ground, eh? Oh, no, that's not what it says. That's what they think, Connor. They think ice age. We were in the ice age in the 1800s. 1800s, remember? We were in the 1800s. Remember? 1700s, when they came over here to the Americas, remember, they froze to death in Jamestown. I remember my son said that. He's like, Dad, holy crap, you got it, Dad. That's it. This is a cycle. I see what you're saying. I'm like, you got it, huh? You see? He's like, Dad, this is a cycle. It just keeps happening. I'm like, yeah, you see where this is, we only a little bit are we warming. Most of the time, this is a freezing rock. 6% of the time we're in an ice age on this rock. We only have blip moments of warming. People who happen to be in that warming period now are like, oh, it's going to be like this forever. No, this is only just a blip on our as a whole. I got the paleoclimatology records, the ice core data. I got, data from 400,000 years ago. And so I can tell they have the Wolt minimum, the Spore minimum, the Ort minimum, all these different Maunder minimum come on, guys. These are recent ones. These are older ones. This just keeps happening again and again and again and again. And people are not going to, and they are, you guys, you could survive under the ground when it's cold. Listen to me. If it's freezing on the surface and you get to the core temperature, there's a whole nother sun under there, if you will. Not literally a sun, but that keeps that thing warm. And it's called the core temperature of our rock, brothers, sisters. And that's why I've been trying to get everybody for 10 years to get ready for this. And nobody came. At least I knew it was coming, man. I have no regrets at all. I tried to get everybody ready 10 years ago for this. And now it's here. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, because that's what the book says. Remember, they'll have boils on their skin from the sun. But nobody's going to listen to me until it's too late. Your SPF 5 million ain't going to work for you. You're going to need to get away from outside for a while. And that sucks, because I don't want to live under the ground at all. No, I'm a surface dweller. I'm born in the dirt. I'll go back to the dirt, but I don't want to go live in the damn dirt yet, okay? Well, then why do you have a $250,000 storm shelter? To archive the word and to get away from hailstones, the weight of a talent, 130-pound hailstones. Oh, that's not going to happen. Oh, the wind's not going to blow for 2 weeks straight for 200 to 303 miles an hour. Oh, that can never happen. Oh, no, the magnetosphere is not weakening, and that couldn't allow that solar wind to just... You ever notice when we have this energy on the sun, this what they call space weather, that it gets kind of windy? Yeah, hello. The energy from the sun just constant without any solar energy coming, X flares, coronal mass ejection, solar filament, really, it's 775,000 miles an hour. We just got hit by 2 million mile an hour. What do you think caused the waning and all that energy to come through our magnetosphere. Oh, maybe it was the assistant of that 2 million mile an hour wind whacking our magnetosphere at 2 million miles an hour. So just think about it, brothers, sisters. This makes no sense. You should look around and there you go. There you go. Good stuff. Thank you, Connor. So, guys, they're getting ready for this. Come on, look at these governments right now. Everything they're doing is getting ready for this. Their Hadron Colliders, all their underground bases, FEMA, DARPA, continuity of government programs, Operation Nanook. They took over the skies. They're not letting anybody get away from here. If they could have left out of here, they'd already be gone. Hashtag beyond the welcome to outer space. You guys, you better figure out what's going on this rock because they know exactly what's going on. It's the sun that's causing this. The sun is the driver of the climate. And the climate's always been changing. You know what I'm saying? So find yourself a place. Be not dismayed at the ways of the signs of the firmament. It says that in Jeremiah 10. Oh, hear what the Lord say, O Israel. So if you're the bride and you're hearing me, you'll do something about it. You have to put legs on your faith. You're not going to get to heaven, what you think above your head. That's not because by works, but you have to be girded in his service. And this is what his word tells you to do. Then you're going to die trying. You have to endure to the end. No, why would you want to even try and go out when it's all... What are you going to not even try, be a turtle and just lay on your back, be a bump on a log and not do anything? Just sit there, not even try? What a sorry attitude that is. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. It's better to have and not need than need not have. Correct? Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. LPP, lack of prior planning does not constitute an emergency on my part. You mean running down to the store trying to buy crap when it's too late. They're already probably got most of it bought up, brother, sister. You control the food, you can control the people. So that's where we're at. Look at our food. Look at what we eat. Look what we eat. We eat food-flavored poison. We do. We eat food-flavored poison. What kind of box, bag, can, food-flavored poison, yellow lake, blue dye, number 5, maltodextrin, monosodium glutamate. No wonder we don't live for hundreds of years anymore. We eat poison. Here, have a cyanide M&M and a pack of M&Ms. You want to figure out which one it is? It's like an energy drink. Oh, there's a bunch of good vitamins in there, but yeah, there's a bunch of other crap that you're going to swallow it down with, huh? He said, don't marry truth to a lie, brothers, sisters. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. Imagine that. A little leaven leaves the whole clump. The cream always rises to the top. Eat the cream. This is HD fat, buddies. Brothers, sisters, welcome to HD fat, where we're going to give you the meat here. Not HD, like we got more pixels there than Disney. And we're not 666 with that Disney conscious Jiminy Cricket nonsense. Sound like crickets. Like grasshoppers in them. Remember they said, we're giants in here. We're UGE. We put that lot at the top of our house and we let it shine, not above another. That's capitalism. Father hates capitalism. Good stuff, man. Outstanding. What a good comment there. Cocker365. And this guy's like the rooster crowing. He must be sending the message out. Sounding the horn. Are you an angel? I think we got an angel that's entered in here. Somebody's sounding the message. A messenger is an angel. That's the definition of a messenger. Oh my God, I think we got a messenger in here. Don't shoot the messenger. So, anyways, yeah, there we go. Just they tell us lies to our vision. They start casting spells on us and putting us in public television or public school, schooling us, programming us, watching lies and stinging us. Remember, you got stung by the spelling bee when you got in school, and so you go with the flow, then you put your currency in the bank, right? Yeah, we went to the moon, right? That's where they rolled out. I remember they rolled out that little card. Remember the space lander shuttle? All those people died. No, they didn't. They're all still alive. NASA, that's not a space age. I mean, not a straight answer, right? We already talked about who the head of NASA was. So, brothers, sisters, they are attacking us every way they can. It's called silent weapons. You can't see all that barium, strontium, Aluminum. Aluminum is the onset to Alzheimer's. Yeah, I'm the only person that has a chemtrailer on their body. Imagine going to the tattoo shop and asking your artist, hey, can you use that machine and tattoo me a chemtrailer? He's a chem what? And they're already done. They already know I'm a little weird, but it's just here's a picture. Just put this on my body. The old waffle fries guys. Oh, they love you. That's why they're spraying you like a bug, huh? Raid! Come on, guys. All they do is rob us blind. If they cared about you, why are they printing $1 trillion every 100 days? Or are there more people locked up in America than every other country in the world? It's a free country. Why is everybody in debt? Freedom, like dum, da, dum, dum. You're hitting that bell, huh? It's not about bell or ball. It's about rights, okay? Remember? Bell is the sun god Satan. That's one Donald Trump has his house decorated with. God. God. He calls God, right? Not the Hamashiach. So pay attention. They know this, brothers and sisters. They're 100% certain. That's why they're digging in. And once again, if they could go to space, farce, balls, would you like to explain the occurrence of air bubbles and the lunar waves, NASA? Well, I think they would have already left. Don't you think? Oh, Mr. Stinky Ruskrat's going to go to Mars, but we ain't even habitated. We have been there since 1976, the moon, lunar surface, and we ain't been back yet since. And they take how many billions of dollars with the what is it, the ISS, the International Swim Station, or wait, it was the NASA, not a space agency. And then Mr. Spaceballs, farce, warp speed. Remember Captain Nanu, MAGA, high priest of the Satan Church? Luke, I am your father. Remember Sky Daddy? Greatest genes ever, like diarrhea, it runs in the genes. Remember? Good genes. He said good genes. Mr. Baphomet. The house decorated with Satan, the sun god. You don't think he knows this cycle? He does. That's why he's having all his sneaky muskrat buddy bore out all these tunnels. Boring. You think you hear all these earth's not below your feet. Anyways, all these noises on the rock that you walk, trumpets are sounding. That's them digging in the ground, you idiots. Do you know what fusion is? Fusion, like confusion. Fusion, that's when you put something together. Well, that's what they do. They don't need to dig the tunnels out. They just fuse this rock and glass these holes. So it's, remember, as is above, so is below. Mr. is millimeter wave, 15-minute work camps, slave camps, FEMA Walmart camps, as is above. Oh, 60 millimeter wave, as is above, so is below. Oh, 60 millimeter wave bowls and stinky glass holes. Yeah, as is above, so is below. Millimeter waves and glass holes. 60 millimeter wave, that's 5G. That's an oxygen absorption wave. That doesn't have anything to do with internet. It's an oxygen absorption wave. I can't breathe. Like they stretched Christ back on a tree so he couldn't breathe. They just did that ring around the rosy ritual. Remember the crown virus? The virus isn't alive. Now they got people thinking that God's in the sky. God's in the sky. I know. Jesus Christ, Sky Daddy Jesus, Apollyon, the Satan, the sun god with 3 genders. The god with breast. Booby Jesus. That's why men love Satan so much. They love boobies. You know, they're like, I'm more like, hey, I want to see what's in the she got the fire down below. I don't care what the men, you women all got boobies, but that's why I think that men are so infatuated. Like, oh my God, booby Jesus. So if you wonder why most men are Satanists, and you know, they do this, you know, come on, Sir Lick-a-Lot or She Lick-a-Lot or whatever their scissor or whatever their whatever they call them, parties. They do their scissor parties where they cut out paper cutter parties, right? Anyways, never mind. Yeah, you can't tell anymore, right? Everybody's just mixing and blending truth to a lie, and like it's all right, and it's not. And so they take and why don't you come on by, you know? So you give it a try to their transgender God with breast. Their Jesus has breast. You see why they love booby Jesus? It's their Sky Daddy. It's got them stuck up, like got your blood pumping. Let me see your decamite. It's a stick up. Everybody get your phallic worship up. Even the president does it. Remember, they've got one in front of the White House. Same thing that's in the front of the Vatican. Same dick, same phallics. That's Satan's cock. That's what that steeple is at the top of the church. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. So, all right. I gotta get off here. Seen them using illumination ink too. People tattooing their eyes. It's crazy. I want to get an eye tattoo. I would. It'd be like, I'm sure I can do something I got an eye tattoo right there. Oh, but no, I want to tattoo my eye. But I don't want to do it in suit, I want to do something like something scriptural. Eyes of fire. I want fire. I'll put fire in my eyes. What's wrong with his eyes? He's got eyes of fire. What have you been smoking? No. Um, hey, he's got feet of fire. His fine brass is burnt or burnished in a furnace. So remember that. He's going to bring the fire this time, not water. Remember, that won't get rid of cesium-137. Remember the desert, depleted uranium, better. Remember all that? You know what we use in combat? How about vinyl chloride? You can't even get rid of that. That's the most violent, most toxic man-made chemical, remember, ever known to mankind. The old Ohio spill, remember, Palestine, Ohio. Oh, they're doing it by the script, by the way. So anyways, I hope you got your spot ready where you can get away from the sun, period. That's it. They're getting ready. They're dug in, and they're ready. 100%. They're just taking 100% top-down control now, brother, sister. So this is not the time to go dick the dog. This is the time to be ready and be wise, have extra oil, and don't panic. If you have extra plans, then you're prepared, and you're probably more calm than the people who are going to freak out and come steal everything you own because they know where you're at. So try not to be too loud about it, and help people that want to help themselves. Don't sup with vipers or pigs. Pigs are people in government or anybody who's supporting the system. They are the problem. Anybody who's voting is the problem. Anybody who's participating in the donkey and the elephant show, they're the problem. They don't see what's going on. They're allowing these people to do this to us when we could be doing our own system. Independently uniting without them, you can't spell community. Not talking about communism, but without you or I. So it takes a tribe to make this happen. And you need to find like-minded people that want to survive, die-hard people, not some woman that you get her on her back every time she's screwed, right? You want a woman with some kick in her, right? She can fight, roll over, not play dead. She's not a dog, for Christ's sake. She's a woman. She's a beautiful thing, and treat her like she's, love a woman's body like you love the church, like you treat the church, like you treat your own body, for Christ's sake. But anyways, we're equally yoked. Mary declared that Christ is risen, so a woman has a voice now. Remember? You might want to get with the times, with the news. Stop watching this nonsense communist news network and all these fake faux news and all the Fox, right? MSLSD, always broadcasting crap, the ABCs, and all these nuclear broadcast, company, the NBCs. It just blows these people's minds, and they love it. They can't get enough of it. They're television, Democrats, Republicans. It's called the lamestream media, and that's most people go for it, brothers, sisters. So come out of her, my people. Be in the world, but be not of it. There you go. Have extra oil. Well, that sounds like you need to get in the ground to me. So we'll continue this conversation at a later time and date. Thank you for that $20 donation to the ministry earlier. Blessings. I'll put it towards, we're trying to get down south. So we'll probably I'm going to probably try to drive down there. So we'll see what's coming up. I'm trying to do this as soon as I possibly can. Things aren't getting cheaper. Things on this rock aren't easier to travel. They might even be, the captain could put the fasten seatbelt sign on, and you're not going to even leave this country without effort. It's going to be like Mexico. I don't ever been outside the U.S. where you got checkpoints. You ever know what it's like in Fallujah? I bet you've seen what a checkpoint, a military checkpoint looks like. It's already happening in America, whether people realize it or not, and nobody's getting ready. So this is a really good time, brothers and sisters, to just kind of don't cause a scene. Don't buy everything in the damn store, hoarding shit. They're going to follow you home. Oh my God, red alert. Just go get a couple extra rolls every time you go. Those big bags. Go get some extra batteries. Go see just a little bit, just moderation. And like I said, then you'll have, extras. And if you need to help somebody out that wants to help them out, then feed the foolish virgins this time. Last time, the foolish virgins, bam, that door got shut. Like Noah, they were on the other side of the door. You know what I'm saying? The Adjustment Bureau is always watching you. The old taxation corporation, called the internal retards and shitheads. I don't know what they are. The IRS. It's a scamdemic, is what it is. Scamming people by their tax dollar and slaving them, stalking them to the exchange and nailing them to that birthright number and stealing it from them from birth. But they don't know anything about it. They think they're a U.S. citizen. You're a slave. So I hope you get better. What's going on with me? Pyro, fire. I said, I'm going to get my eyes tattooed with fire. What's wrong with me? Hope I get better. What, better? That's pride. You're an idiot. Fuck you, asshole. You don't care about me. Seriously, go fuck yourself. You act like you give a shit about me, and I apologize for cursing, but don't come in here and act like you care. You're an actor. Everybody I know is an actor acting like everything's okay. They're literally kidnapping people, our own people. And you're going to have time to come in here and put something like you care about me? So tell me about my life. What's going on in my life? What's the major thing in my life right now? Like you care, you know anything about me? Doom, doom. Is this a game or something to you? Doom, doom. Do you need it? You want to phone a friend or something? Is that your final answer? She didn't say anything. Use your Fifth Amendment and invoke your right and remain silent and shut the fuck up. I'm hurt. Oh, so you do know something. Okay, thank you. You don't have to fuck off. I apologize. And I love him more than me. I apologize. It's hard to get up every day with not having him. You know any suffering? My daughter too, remember? So I just reported him dead, and they wouldn't even take a report of his dead body. Imagine that. Nobody looked for him. He's just either dead or sitting in there in a cave somewhere, you know, and nobody's helping him. And remember, I hired what? The $37,000 last time. That was $11,000 just in the gold and the silver this time, the money that was supposed to buy the ministry. So I'm hurt about that. I'm hurt about that because I wanted to get the ministry. I wanted to see my son get his life back. Instead, I think he's dead now. I tried to intervene and it ended up getting him killed possibly or kidnapped. That's fucked up. I got to live with that every day. I have to live with that, but I know that Father is the one controlling this. And if he wants my son to be dead, at least he's not suffering. You don't have to look at this world right now. It's a hard place to be alive. My daughter, too, she suffered too, but trying to help my son. So, what do? You just continue to march like I do, one day at a time. So, thank you, Father. Apologize for being so rough, but it sucks. I want to say I'm okay, but how do you be okay when you have a missing son and daughter and then you report their dead bodies over and I've been thrown in jail for that, for reporting my son dead, missing, and who kidnapped him and where and how, and they threw me in jail. And I said, you're not doing your job, and they filed retaliatory charges against me, said I was harassing the police for trying to get my son's dead body located or where the caves were at, where he was at, to give them all the evidence, but they don't want to look at it. How many times am I going to report my son's dead body, be thrown in jail? So I apologize for being so rash with you. I shouldn't be quick to judgment, and that's not following Father's words. So thank you for caring if you truly are sincere, because it sucks. You know, my son is a good man and he did what he was supposed to do, and he's being attacked because of his dad. Me, I'm the fucking problem, that they have a problem with me. That's why they brought 25 men out and tried to get him riled up, shot him, grenaded him to try to get me to come out of here with a weapon and shoot at them so they can kill me, because I won't stop talking about the corruption in this town and this cops and the city and the state and the government. I've been blogging on YouTube for a dozen years with 6 channels. This is not my first rodeo. I know what I know because I've been doing this for 3 decades plus. I've been studying these elitists, whatever you want to call them, these people who are controlling the banksters. That's who's controlling it. They're controlling the governments, which are controlling you. So again, my apologies for snapping at you. I just imagine your daughter's being raped right now, held for fucking ransom, and you report their bodies dead, and they tell you, no, they don't have jurisdiction. These are the same people that came out with 25 men with guns that literally ran everything over. It's like these. It was like it was worse than these ICE SWAT officers. These are private prison contractors. These are special weapons and tactics trained. I've been special weapons and tactics trained. I was a law enforcement officer. I was certified on how to do building entry. They did not properly execute the bogus bullshit warrant that they had to begin with. And they shot my son with his hands in the air. They grenaded my daughter. They didn't even have a warrant for her arrest, and then they kidnapped her. And so I believe that their dead bodies are now to cover up for the fact that they don't want to pay these lawsuits, because you're literally talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of civil lawsuits. Violations of every violation of the Constitution that you can imagine. Due process, 12th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 4th Amendment, 6th Amendment, all of them, everywhere. They stripped me of every right. I only have one right left as an American and and I don't really want to be here. And that's my First Amendment. I don't even have a Second Amendment right. When I tried to get the cops to look for my son's dead body and said, here's where the evidence, and you guys aren't doing anything, they turned around and arrested me, came and took my guns from me. I don't have a record. I don't have a criminal record. You know, this is overstepping their bounds, but this is why I'm at. So apologize for snapping on you. It's just hard to get up every day and act like it's not happening. And how many times I reported. Remember, I recorded the live stream of the SWAT raid. So I have all the evidence against the state, against the county, but they've never even, it's been 16 months and the case has never been opened one time. Now, I'm hoping that this attorney that I paid for will, you know, I was hoping it would do something, but remember, he told me to report this to the state police, and I did, and they said these are the same people that shot my son, grenaded me to the face, grenaded my son, grenaded my daughter, kidnapped my daughter, and now I believe are involved in their disappearance and missing bodies again. My daughter's now missing again. First she was kidnapped, and I know where she went, but now, you know, kidnapped, taken for the second time, being possibly raped. Imagine reporting your daughter raped and then reporting where your son is at. And if they go there, they're going to arrest him. They already shot him once. And potentially he's going to go to jail for this bullshit, bogus 7-year bullshit warrant that I have all the evidence to beat and prove and have triple the evidence on it. I'm a prior PIG, law enforcement officer. I've done this for a living. I know how to create discovery. Remember, on the right of discovery and suppression of evidence, you cannot suppress under your Sixth Amendment at trial any evidence. I did this. This goddamn boot-licking motherfucker is not anymore. I serve the boot. This boot has been on my foot. I've stomped on the fucking nation. I've stomped on the people. I put people in a rape cage with no victim. So, sucks, brothers and sisters. You know, I'm a veteran, and they attacked my son, and they tried to come kill me to shut me up. And Father has a different plan. So I'm not mad at anybody. I don't care who did what. And even the person, if they killed my son, I don't have any vengeance. I just want to leave America right now without any more confrontation from these people. All they do is assault and batter me, wreck my property. I have evidence of all of it. I have evidence of all of it. I live streamed the SWAT raid. So these people are absolute thugs. And I apologize for attacking that person that came in here because I was quick to judgment. Most people come in here just fuck with me, man. Imagine having a missing son and daughter, and people are like, "Oh, you're fake. You don't have a kid." You know, I'm raping your daughter, and if you send me a $10,000 emo, I'll give you your son back. And people are cruel in here. And I know the internet. What do you expect? You come in here, that's what people are going to do. But so I jumped on somebody, so I apologize. I think somebody might have actually gave a shit for once. You know, I don't feel like anybody cares because nobody's looking for my son. There's all these fucking missing people. I can't even report them missing. I have tried multiple times, and I've been thrown in fucking jail for trying to report my son murdered, my daughter murdered, missing, and nobody will listen to me. At least they're being held for ransom. They're not looking over their shoulders like without my son having a fucking warrant. He didn't even show up to his trial, which is bullshit because these cops said he went missing in September, and I have documented that he was on the phone in court in October. So was he being held at gunpoint to say what he said? I said he sounded dead. You know, without life, you know. So I believe the state police or Marshal Radonich. I've given them all the evidence of who I believe and how and where, and they won't even look at it. Never. I've called the federal government for 5 years trying to investigate this county out here, and now this county has disappeared my children. Both of them are gone, and I've reported it over and been thrown in jail, been threatened. The last time I was in open court, I told to the Josephine County where I'm supposed to report my son murdered at, not the state police, because only Josephine County, and I already did, and they threatened to come arrest me. Okay, that's not the first time. I've already been arrested for what? Again, I've already been arrested once, so quit trying to report your son dead, and you won't keep getting arrested and thrown in jail. Fuck you. I'm not going to let somebody, there's nobody else looking for my son. His mom doesn't want to get involved. She's fucking... I was his dad for mom and dad for 8 years. She's just been an absent parent. Not like she ever was a fucking parent. You know, none of the family wants to help. There's not been one person on this live stream come in and start a GoFundMe for him, look for him. Hey, we're going to hire, you're a veteran, and we looked, you don't have a record, and, you know, that's pretty fucked up that happened to you. And we help all these other veterans all around the fucking world and give them GoFundMes, thousands of fucking dollars, hundreds of, and I'm just a veteran trying to find my son. You know, and I'm not asking you, do not have to do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know, I do appreciate those people that have stepped up, and you know, there have been some people that we had hundreds of people calling Lake and Lane County before they ever came and SWAT raided this house and kidnapped my daughter, shot my son, grenaded my daughter and my son, grenaded my daughter and my son. Nobody wants money, you dumb fuck. Go fuck yourself, prick. Leave now. Leave now. I already bought the fucking attorney, dumbass. I already paid for it. I already spent the precious metal that I was going to buy the ministry down south to pay for my legal counsel, okay? You don't know your ass from the hole in the ground. Go fuck yourself. Go. You want to help? Go do something. Stop running your fucking mouth and help. Help. Go find Elijah John Werner. Go find Marshall Radonich off Wolf Creek, because I went there where my son was at, and now they're missing again. Supposedly, my daughter's car there. No, you're tripping. You don't know anything about the case there, Charlie. Charlie's got you fucking surrounded. The same Vietnam, idiot. It's like I'm in my fucking own war because nobody will help me. I ain't got nobody down my six, down my back. Nobody's got my son. He already did everything he was supposed to do. You do the crime, you do the time. Oh, what'd he do? Yeah, ×2. Not only did he did the time ×2. He's the only one to even go to jail. So you don't know anything about the case. So stop being an idiot. Talk about the case unless you can find my son. Shut your fucking mouth. I got a son that's dead, possibly murdered by the state police, possibly murdered by Josephine County, possibly murdered by Lake County, possibly murdered by... I've shown all the evidence. If you don't have any evidence to put in here, shut your fucking mouth. I have a son that's dead, possibly. At the minimum, he's looking over his shoulder with a warrant for his arrest. I wouldn't want to be doing that. 16 months ago, I tried to prevent that. So don't come in here unless you have something to add. I'm just going to silence you every fucking time. And I have a right to do that, because if you're going to come in here and be pig shit, okay, then I'm going to... See what I'm saying, brothers? I told you, right? Remember, I already told you this. Remember, I told you people are going to do this stuff, guys. See, you don't even have kids. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts how sick people have become? Remember, I told you that one person, oh, I'm raping your daughter and I'm having my way with her. And if you send me a $10,000 Venmo, I'll give you your son back. This motherfucker is no different. These people are sick, guys. This is your country that you live in. You're talking about a United States Army with no veteran, with no fucking criminal record, tries to help his son with all the evidence. And instead of looking at the evidence, they just SWAT raid this house. And it's been 16 months and nothing has been done in the case. Nothing. Not as far as I know. And I've even paid an attorney now. So I'm a little bit, yeah. I'm okay, but man, try having his son or daughter missing and nobody wants to fucking help you. It sucks, you know. It does. Nobody's looking for him. Not a one other person, and there's nothing I can do. I've found him. I've pretty much thought where I found where he was at. You know what I'm saying? And then the cops, I believe, went and disappeared him. Again, I don't think he's even around. I think he was already gone before then. I think this is the person that is involved, Marshall Radonich, in his disappearance. He's the guy who stole my 40 pounds of silver, the gold that was supposed to bail my son out of jail, right? Did he even bail him out? I don't think he did. No, I know he did, but did he even take the gold? No, I think he took all my precious metals and said, holy fuck. When I told him, don't touch the silver. There's gold. He's got some silver, and bail him out. You said you're going to help, but you won't fucking help me now. You've been nearly 2 weeks or something, or was it 9 days? It felt like 2 weeks, or I was in there for 2 weeks, and he kept telling me he's going to bail my son out the same day. 9 days, this motherfucker kept me in there waiting. And then he only would put money on his books for me to talk to him. I couldn't talk to anybody else. Couldn't get any food. It's like he hooked me up like he did when I believe this guy's involved in my son's disappearance. He told me to bring my son and daughter to him and he could disappear them for me. I said, no, you're not going to. What the fuck are you talking about? So I know he has the ability. That's why I reported this to the police. His name is Marshall Radonich. He lives in Wolf Creek, Oregon. I already went there and found my daughter's car there. He said he never talked to my daughter or my son. He said that he was refusing his calls. They were putting him in the voicemail. And yet then he said my son ended up buying his truck back from him when he said he never talked to him. He said he never talked to my daughter. I found my daughter's car at his house. This guy lured my daughter down there, and I believe he's not doing something very nice to you. I've already said, I know that on the end of this, I'm not going to like the other end of this. They've been missing too long, brothers, sisters. Elijah's been missing and Adrian have been missing since September. That's been a whole fucking year now, guys.
it's been a long haul. I've been in jail now multiple times for trying to get my son located. You know what I'm saying? So, so, apologize earlier for whoever that was getting on the subject, but if you did care about my son, please help me go find him by looking for him, because I don't have any idea and I can't get anybody to help me look for him at this point. So my daughter, his name is Adriana Massey. They were last seen in Josephine County, Oregon, right where I'm telling you where I got to believe murdered him. So they've been in the area where they were possibly murdered or kidnapped, and the cops know it, but they won't do anything. Actually, they threatened to throw me in jail for reporting it. So I don't know how many times. And like I said, I've been thrown in jail. If you look at the, go look at the live stream, it's all there. It's hard to believe you can get thrown in jail for how many times I've been in jail now over this? 3 times I've been in jail for my son to try to help him out. And I didn't have a criminal record. I'm just trying to stand and show him the evidence. I didn't bring batter anybody or violent, or it's not the case, but they shot me with 5 tear gas cannons, not myself, but they actually hit me with a grenade, a projectile, when you're not supposed to be hitting people with grenades. I know I'm special weapons and tactics trained. I did all my training and certified by LAPD. So I've done this. I know this law. I've done this law. I was a military police in the Army, CERT certified. That's special reaction team in the Army. It's special weapons and tactics in law enforcement. So, yeah, too dumb to know he's dumb. Isn't that hilarious, guys? No, you're not going to stand up. You have a First Amendment right, and yet a veteran like me who defended your right to speak up for somebody like you to say something. This is the country I defended. People like this too, brothers, sisters. They have the right of speech, right? Free speech. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech, of the press, of religion, the right to peacefully assemble. Probably don't even know their rights. So, pretty sad, man. This guy in here, swine, and you'll know them by their fruit, brothers, sisters. So, don't judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. No wonder you're in California. I'm not in California, dumbass. I don't do politics. You're an idiot. What are you talking about? I was born and raised in the concrete jungle. I'm a country boy now. You can take a boy out of the country, but you can't take a country out of the boy. So you don't know what you're talking about. Just like me being a military soldier, obviously I still serve this country, whether people like you have people, you stood on an X and wore a face diaper, You made people like me, veteran defend your rights, feel like, the PTSD. Oh, this is why we kill women and children in other countries, so you can have a First Amendment to stand on an X and wear a face diaper. At least in the desert, only women burqa or veil their faces. Imagine being a veteran, serve this country, come home, and there's fucking people wearing face masks when only women, like burqa and veiling their faces. These are some weak ass American men. So I don't care what these people say, just so you know, guys. I only care about locating my son, and I don't love my son more than I love the word. Father's in control, and he makes these people do this. Father makes some very evil people, brothers, sisters. Just absolutely, Father creates evil. Isaiah 45:7. And your seeing is about as evil as it can get sometimes in this channel. People are brutal to me, just absolutely savages. So it's okay. I know Father's doing this. He's testing me. So that's why I kind of got off on this, because in the word or gay, I like being gay, or orgy, like their transgender Jesus, Guy Daddy Jesus ritual that they do. But orge is quick to judgment. And I judged somebody because they came in here and said they cared about my son. I said, how's your son? Or something like that. And I don't think they were being insincere. So I want to make a sincere, I'm not sorry, a sincere apology to the person. I'm not sure if they're still in here, if they're just listening now, that, I made a mistake. I think you might actually been somebody in here, and it's been 16 months and I haven't had nobody help me. It's just not used to having anybody help me. Every time I try to get help for my son, I get in trouble, and he doesn't have a network of people. He's stayed out of trouble since he got in trouble for like 4 years. And then they said he didn't do his probation. So he put his head down and he did it again. And then they still tried to throw him in jail, and he still even had time left on his probation when he shouldn't have been doing it even for the second time. He could have got out probation early because he had done all his community service before he even left where I live. That was the terms for him to be able to even leave. He had to complete his community service. So don't worry about it. I apologize, brothers, sisters, for even addressing these people. He said, don't sup with vipers, don't cast your pearls before swine. So I shouldn't even open my mouth to them. I should just moderate them out of here immediately. You don't judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. So that's why I let them stay in here and say a couple things. And then I toss them, because that's what the word says to do. love thy neighbor like thy enemy, like thy love thyself. So do unto others, the golden rule is treat others as you, put Father before all things, and do unto others as you'd have done unto you. So these people got a lot coming back to them. He said, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast in the sea than to hurt one hair on my children's head. And he knows the number. So these people got it coming, and it ain't for me. It ain't for me. A guy let Father fight all my battles. Although I'm a trained killer, I kill you with my fucking bare hands. I'm not threatening you. I don't need a weapon to take your life. I'm going to squeeze goddamn fucking life out and see the life leave your eyes, not from behind. Ain't going to do with no fucking drone. And that ain't the thing. I let God fight all my battles. Now, I'm not fighting anybody. I'm a pacifist now. Wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Meek, not weak. So these people have another thing coming. Father created them to do this, and he's going to judge them for the sin that he made them do to me, and then he's going to throw them in the abyss for the hell he made them and created them to do. Workers of darkness, yep, vessels of wrath. It says it. From the foundation of the world, Father creates evil. So you're going to see about as evil as it gets in this ministry. You know what I'm saying? They have a warrant for their arrest. You don't have anything about the case. Yes, absolutely. They don't want to ever talk to me again. Never. Did you ever consider the fact that they were both moving here? There's land here. They were moving here before you opened your mouth. Have you ever considered the case and looking at, that's a serious question, because absolutely. They don't ever want to talk to me again. They hate me, this, but wait a minute. They were moving here. They were moving out of their house, moving their stuff here to the 20-acre parcel up the road, not here, to their own property. Getting building materials. Have you ever considered that before you thought about that? Just the whole case, because you got to look at all the evidence. And I just want somebody to look at the case now at this point, because we have to consider that he hates me and never wants to talk to me. I have a good relationship. He was a moderator in this channel. I have a good relationship with his daughter. I've never seen her collarbone or her ankle. Cool. Okay. No, I'm saying I like devil's advocate, and I've had people play that for me too. And when the first person did, I said, man, I appreciate that. I never thought about that. Because look, Manus, I have to consider that. Either my son is dead, right? Dead. That's the best case scenario, because he's not suffering. Or he's looking over his shoulder with a warrant for his arrest for 7 years after I tried to help him, and he just ran from it, which would make no sense. And he took all my gold and silver with Marshall, maybe because they do know each other, which would make no sense, and my passport, which is a federal offense, which not be very smart. They should have just sent it if let's say now they're all collaborating, which is crazy. I think this guy murdered him, but I'm going to go ahead and play your game, right? And that, because I knew him and he knew him, so let's go ahead and game theory this. So he either is dead and Marshall kidnapped him, and because he owes Marshall debt, and Marshall tried to either took my money, and Elijah said, fuck you, you ain't taking my dad's money, and killed him. Because Marshall did say to me, your son argued with me the whole way home after he picked him up from jail, because I think he might have told Elijah that I'm taking this until you fucking pay me off my debt. And he's working him up there as a slave, and he killed him now. Because Elijah ain't no fucking pushover. He's not. Elijah is not. He's a good guy. He won't fucking hurt you, but if you fucking try to hurt him, he will fuck you up. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Elijah ain't no pushover. I let him play with his friends, and they used to beat the fuck out of each other. He's had his ass thumped a lot. He's been rolled a lot. And he didn't do anything. He's just, and he's not a mean kid. He's not, that's what I'm not saying, but he will protect himself. So if Marshall tried to fucking do something, that may have been what happened to Elijah. And then he went later and picked up Adriana when I said Marshall, when I went to pick up my dog, because he wouldn't allow me to get my dog for many months. And I needed my dog. I needed him. The other dog needed him too. He'd never been apart. And he wouldn't give my dog. I went to go finally get my dog, which made drive me way out of my, 5 hours away to go get him. He told me, because he had the silver and gold the whole time, that they went and bailed out Elijah with the gold, and that some of my silver, which I told him don't touch my silver at all, because Elijah had silver. I just traded a car here in Bend for 2 boxes of silver. Elijah actually has his own silver. And I said, I'm going to find out if my daughter, because he said, your daughter has it. I don't have it. I'm like, well, Booker, you said I have all the evidence. You said it's in your, I didn't even argue with him. I said, you know what, Marshall, one day this case is going to end. It's going to end. I'm going to find out if you have it or she has it, because that was just my evidence. You have it. And I don't want to argue. I just want to get my dog, and I'm going to leave. And I think that's what ended up getting my daughter killed, because I told him that I'm going to hear from my daughter one day, and he needed to cover his fucking ass.
So I think that how this has all gone down. Elijah owed Marshall debt. And I think that he took my gold and silver, and Marshall said, or Elijah said, "You're not taking my dad's gold and silver. That's my fucking debt." And Marshall kidnapped him or killed him or was working his debt off or something and killed him. So I don't want it to be that way, but he's either hates me and never wants to talk to me ever again, which sucks, man, because I just spent 16 months of my life, got SWAT raided. I'll never be the same. I was assaulted, battered, grenaded. I have all the, go look at the SWAT say they hit me in the face with a grenade. I'll never be the same ever. My hearing is fucked. I hear like a robot. You constantly see me when I'm reading the chat. I got hit in the face with a grenade, and then my lungs are fucked. The only thing that's helping me right now, and I haven't been able to get any, is cannabis to help with my lungs, because they put 5 of these things in this. I still to this day don't even have, I can't even stay here. Look, I don't have, because I was live streaming yesterday. I don't have all the, I got like a pizza box covering the window, but look, I still need to have my windows fucking replaced in my house, man. I burned 7 cords of wood. I can't even stay in this building, so I got to get off here. Brothers, sisters, I'd love to stay in here, but I apologize for whoever I snapped at. I really do. I apologize that I was quick to anger and quick to judgment. I wasn't angry at you. I'm not mad at anybody, but you know, they just came in here and fucked this place up. Didn't even look at the evidence. Kidnapped my daughter. Threw us all in jail. Took none of us to the emergency room. They grenaded my. Here's the grenade that they grenaded my daughter and my son with. Here's the pin that they grenaded my son with. Here's the grenade that they grenaded me with. I have the evidence, and they won't look at it. And I think the reason why they won't look at it is because they made some serious mistakes on the arrest. And I think not only are they covering that, but they're covering for this, what they did. And I think that's how somehow Marshall is involved in it. I don't know, something about federal, but Elijah doesn't have federal charges. Elijah, I don't know what it is. So I don't know if Marshall is what he's done to my son, but he did say he can take my son and my daughter and put them in the gold mines, which I believe they're illegally strip mining the hills in Josephine County. I can see it on the Google Earth, and this is where my son was taken. And I've already given all this to the evidence to the police, and they threw me in jail for doing it. And then I told the Josephine County judge when I went back in court that this is where I'm supposed to report my son, and I already have. And they said they're going to throw me in jail, and I've already been thrown in jail twice now over this actually. Went to jail 3 times over this same damn crap. So they come out and, like I said, I call them and tell them, and they won't take a report for my son's dead body. Instead, they threatened to throw me in jail. And then many months later, a county judge from Josephine, county comes and sits on, and I don't know. And then I'm reporting my son has been murdered in Josephine County. He says, I don't know anything what you're talking about, tries to get me to talk about the case. So, and then he tells me if I don't stop talking about my son, he said it was gibberish. And then he said it was nutty to say that. And I said, you're telling me it's nutty to say that my son and daughter have been killed? And he said, if you don't stop talking right now, I'm going to come and arrest you right where you're at and come throw you in jail. So I get every time I report my son murdered, this is even in his county. He's a judge in that county. He should have stopped that proceeding and said, excuse me, sir, you said that your son was murdered in the county, that I'm a seated judge? Well, let's take a recess. Instead, he said, I don't know what you're talking about. And then pushed me towards the case. I guarantee if you put Pat Wolke on a lie detector test, which is not admissible in court, he'll fail that lie detector test. He knows something about my son. That's why they sent this county judge over here 4 or 5 hours out of his way to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come be there at my court case at like 9 o'clock in the morning, not know anything about my son. Bullshit. This is the county that when I called the state police and said, hey, I've already reported to Josephine County. They're not doing anything. They threatened to throw me in jail. I've told by my attorney to call you, the state police, and they won't take a report. These are the people that came out and tried to murder me and grenaded my daughter and my son and grenaded me to the face. And it's all in the live stream if you want to watch it. It's not fun to watch. And then shot my son with his hands in his hair, and they kidnapped my daughter. And now they're both gone, dead, or missing, and not a one single fucking person will look for them or help me. I've had nobody come to my side, not one organization, not one fucking person to help me out. So don't be mad. I'm not bitter at anybody. I'm just a dad that keeps getting thrown in jail and assaulted and grenaded and wrecked. And I'm not going to give the fuck up, because that's what I said. I would fight to the death to keep my son from going to prison, using my legal rights, not using a Second Amendment right. Okay. So, yeah, what do you help myself? Oh, how do I help myself there, 21? Stop complaining. I have a dead son that I just reported. So how do I help myself? Lobo says, stop complaining. So how do I help? So, see what I'm saying, brothers, sisters? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody will help me. And I'm not mad at you guys. Don't have to help. Don't feel obligated. I'm just redressing my grievances. I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed in the system. I'm a veteran who served this country, and they're failing me as a veteran. They're failing these community members. They're failing the state. They're failing the people. And when I see my nation state fail as a country as I served, it hurts. You don't take a note to the Constitution, even if your DD 214 says honorable discharge, stop serving the country. So it sucks. I don't serve the country. I serve the right of the people. It's just hard to watch this country in free fall, and I actually have to suffer. And now that I have a son that's suffering because of me, because I'm an activist and have 6 YouTube channels and been, active on social media for decades, on and off, my own platforms. I have 6 YouTube channels. This is America Ever After, Truth Viral, True Brother Evolution. I got Silver's Like Gold, former Predestined for Light, High Desert. I got channels that have been covering this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank everybody for the support, just so I have an avenue, because these walls get tired of listening to me. And my dogs, I hate being negative around my dogs. They have already suffered. They had to eat five tear gas canisters. And so did I, because I said I was going to come out, but they didn't care. If I didn't have the dogs, could have went right out the building. But I ate 5 tear gas canisters to try to get somebody to take care of my dogs while I was gone. For my dogs. Not just for the country. Now I ate 5 tear gas canisters just for my animals. So, yeah, Patriot Watcher. My dogs can't stand me. That's why. Come here, Pants. Yotter boy. Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Come show them. Come here. Say hi to the boy. Come show my dog that can't stand the dad, huh? You just don't love the dad at all, huh? Are you a dad's boy? Oh, no, don't touch me. Oh, don't touch me. Oh, don't get around me. No, don't love on dad. Oh, my puppy can't stand the dad. You don't love the dad, huh? No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. My boy. My boy. Sisters, these puppies, I'm telling you, these dogs. Yes, puppy dog. I know he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's trying to get dad. He's trying to give dad hugs. I got him coming from both sides. Yes, the boys. Yes, my boys. They're giving dad some love. Come here, buddy. What a good boy he is. Okay, good boys. So. Okay. Brother, sister, I better go get to work, because I'm really trying to leave America. I'm going to try to leave the country legally. I've been able to retain my passport that was stolen from me. I had to buy another one, so I had to incur the cost of that, but whatever. A few $100 or something. It's not the end of the world, but I got to get this other cabin built, so I need to get it rent, because I need some passive income other than YouTube, and I'm going to start doing YouTube as an income source. So I don't care what people think. A man's got to make a living. I have 6 channels. I bet you I've got 10,000 plus hours on YouTube, more than that. So it's time that I start using it as an income, because I can take US dollars to Ecuador and live on $500 a month comfortably there. So thanks for the $20 donation. I have CashApp, PayPal, and Bitcoin. Help me out. I'm trying to get out of here. I have to put some money in my vehicle if you can. If not, don't worry about helping me out. I don't want to take anything from anybody that doesn't have it. So I do have abundance. I have lots of things for sale. If you want to purchase something from me, I'm trying to sell things without depending on anybody else. I'm trying to do this on my own. I hate leaning on anybody, but you know, somebody, you ask somebody, you know, when you help somebody, you're lifting somebody up. I'd be able to help, you know what I'm saying? If you all came here, other than this dumbass Ricky over here, if you guys weren't swine, I took all 16 of you in here and shut these gates. I can put all of you up for 10 years. So I have an abundance and I just can't share mine. And that's what sucks. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. Appreciate it. If you can help this ministry, you can do it by helping me find my son too. You don't have to contribute monetarily to this ministry, okay? Ever to be a part of it, but you can't be a swine, and you can't fly flags from Russia. You can welcome from Russia, and I'd rather be in Russia right now than America. I would rather be in Russia, even though that America, not Ukraine, is bombing the fuck out of Russia with your U.S. tax dollars. You're paying to fucking kill Russians, America, and Ukrainians, dumb fucks. God, I hate fucking this stupid ass country sometimes. So, anyways, thanks for coming in from Russia. This would be much better. The food is way better in Russia, and the people in Russia are better than the people in fucking America. They are way smarter, wiser, and hardened. They've been around a lot fucking longer. How many wars? This is the Department of War now in America, not Department of Defense. These motherfuckers are hardened, okay? And, Scotland, hey, that's where Donald Trump's from. Thanks for not waving the Scotland flag. You know, the Bride of Christ, Israel, is in Russia. You know, the Bride of Christ, Israel, is in Poland. You know, the Bride of Christ, Israel, is in Scotland. Even here in this new mystery American state that I can't live in, and you American. You know what I'm saying? So please, brothers, sisters, you know, don't be like what I just did and jump on that person for actually giving a shit. Okay, because I jumped on somebody because everybody else in here, you can see what the hell they do to me. So, is it censored on YouTube? So, remember that, brothers, sisters. Try to remember, you know, I don't just stand up for the right of the people in this country. I stand up for the right of the people. And Father knows that. I know that for certain. So, as soon as I can leave America, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to try to go travel every country in this rock before I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to travel. I want to take the ministry on the road and stop cursing and just go share the ministry. Free speech for me, but not thee. Okay, well, free speech is allowed, but this is a ministry, and I don't sup with vipers. Okay, you have your constitutional right. You go take it somewhere else, but in here, I'm not going to let people put lies. Any lie that I can correct, that I know the truth, I will correct. It would be wrong for me. The only thing it takes for evil to do, flourish, is get around and shut the fuck up, stand around and do nothing. Okay? So, I don't have to sup with vipers. Freedom is not a thing. Freedom is a fucking idea. It's about rights to choose. Constitutional rights. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech. You can't incite fucking violence. You can't yell fire in a theater. And you can't hang out. You're not supposed to sup with vipers. Cast your pearls in the mud before swine. So I don't have to sit there and try to help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. So one bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. So you're not allowed to say shit in here if you're pissing your snake venom on people. Your YouTube, you're sticking people like a cobra, strangling them with your bullshit. You're a Nephilim and you're a bully, and I don't have to hang out with you. It says, love thy neighbor like thy enemy, like thyself. I show you the narrow way. You don't want to do it, then you're an ass and a bully, and I'll show you out the door like a child. Children are not meant to be seen or heard, so you can go play outside, but you're not going to play in here. This ministry is not run like any other ministry on YouTube, just so you know. It's not. They're not one. So you're not going to come in here and piss on this ministry. No, I won't allow that. I'm having some issues because I have a dead son and daughter, and I apologize that I've allowed some cursing to come out of my mouth. But if you can filter off that, and it's what comes out of a man that defiles him, so it's not good for me. It's not right. I'm not saying that I'm some kind of perfect person. You understand? So it is what it is. I have a son and daughter that are missing. I've been trying to report them. I've been thrown in jail now. I don't know how $100,000 I've lost in this case so far. Not to include, I've been assaulted, battered. My eye is ruined. My hearing is not the same. My lungs are shot. And I'm still literally trying to stand up every day and try to find somebody to help me find my son and daughter. I cannot get law enforcement. My attorney's not, I haven't, it is what it is. I pay this guy $500 fucking dollars an hour. And I'm not saying he's a bad attorney. I think he's going to get the case dropped. I think that's why I'm not hearing anything. And I'm, no news is good news at this point. So, but I'm still looking for my son, because even if the case gets dropped, that doesn't bring back my son's dead body or locate him. So I apologize for being quick to judgment on the person earlier in the stream, you know what I'm saying, for snapping at him, because I really do think that the person wasn't being facetious like many people in here are just absolutely just, it's God testing me is all it is. He wants me to snap at these people and lash out at them. And I'm not, like I said, I'm just going to correct them. Why would you say something about the case if you don't even know anything about the case? So I want somebody to actually help me. When you're humble, you help. You fucking, you humble yourself and you ask. You don't be prideful and say, okay, I can't do this on my own. And you ask for help. That both people, that person that's lifting that person up out, is Father loves both ends of that. Just because somebody's trying to be charitable to somebody, brothers, sisters, and they're lifting somebody up, the person that's down they're actually being smart and asking for, I'm not saying taking advantage, because I ain't grifting anybody. Nobody's donated one fucking dollar to this campaign here against this tyrannical bullshit that they've done to my son. So I ain't grifting shit, because none of you helped me at all. You helped me by being here as my support team, and that you couldn't put a price on. So I don't want to throw you guys to the wolves. I'm not doing that. You guys have been, I couldn't purchase the support that you guys have given me. So I want you to know that I do thank you, and I do apologize when somebody actually comes in here and cares, which I haven't really seen. I'm not saying that the most you don't care, but I'm like, most people are just assholes when they come in here, and they don't give a shit at all about a veteran. I'm a United States Army honorably discharged veteran. You don't care about your veterans, and so it's okay. We don't. We have a record of that in America. Treat the veterans like crap. Literally dying veterans on the street, and they're shipping money for more wars out to go fight more wars, and we didn't even take care of the veterans that we already sent to war. So this is bullshit. You don't have to go to war to be a veteran. I'm saying there's people who serve stateside. There's people who do national guard. There's lots of different ways to serve this country. And you don't even have to be a fucking military veteran to be a veteran. Some people are soldiers of God, and they stand up and they stand up and they serve the people. They're service to other beings, not self. They're willing to lose their self to help others. Service to others, what's it's called. There's two kinds of people on this rock: service to self or service to others. You'll know them by their fruit. Don't judge them by their cover. Donald Trump could be pushed off a 500-story bank and still land in a suit. His buddy Biden will be there to get away in the getaway car. He never said Creepy Joe. Only called him Sleepy because he's got you sleeping. So apologies for the person who came in here earlier, made a comment, said something about my son and got me on this subject. It is what it is. I don't care. I just apologize for being quick to judgment. So maybe you did care. Maybe there was actually somebody who came in and sincerely cared that my son is dead and possibly murdered. My daughter is kidnapped and raped and possibly murdered, and they cared. And so appreciate it. It's an odd feeling for me. I just don't get that kind of support. So thank you. I got to go. Have a good day. Tried to get something done. They're locking the country down right now. The country's on lockdown, so you don't have to wait for lockdown. So probably won't be too much longer. You're not going to be able to go to the store without, showing papers and, Nazi Germany. Almost like that already, but it's going to get a lot worse when we got military on the streets and stuff. So cannot believe this country and what it's become. I'm so glad that I live way out here in this country, where I'm at. And I live off the grid, and I don't have to worry about, having people. My name is Pastor Revelation. That's what they call me. I was arrested under the name Apocalypse. My name is Testament under this New Testament. I was birthed as the name Tracy, but I've been called Crazy, Spacey, Terry, Sean. That was my older brother, Jeremy. More than I've ever been called my own name. And I don't take that name because you can't prove that I'm Tracy. My parents were hippies. They did drugs. That probably explains what's wrong with me. My mom was on birth control, and they probably took the car and had some mushrooms and some something in there and went out with the doctor, and that smacked my ass. And they said they named me Tracy, but you couldn't prove that in a court of law. So I am eternal. This flesh they call Tracy, but I'm not Tracy. I'm a Hulkadesh. I'm an eternal spirit ghost. I'm an angel, meaning angelos, messenger, and I'm a magi, and I was birthed to declare the line of the age, and I do that because Father makes me, and that's probably why I suffer more than anything, because I'm a threat to this system. And because I tell people non-violence, just like Christ pitched non-violence. To stand up and redress grievances doesn't mean you're violent. So they'll be violent to you, they'll batter you, they'll assault you, and if you pay the price, he will cover you, he will heal you. Whoever screwed you, he will straighten that out. To be saved, you have to be carried, picked up, lifted, beginning point to an ending point, and healed. And so whoever caused pain to me is going to pay for that price, and Father will pour out a just measure, not me. He will heal me. He will save me. He already bought and paid and purchased me. So I just have to endure to the last day, die, death, be raised again, and then he'll redeem me. So I know that. I know that most don't know that. So even if these people try to come against me, Father will, pour out a just measure on all of us. So you're not going to get away with the world doesn't, sees, you know what I'm saying? They're not. You're not. He's looking out from behind your eyes. He's not in the sky. He's not in a church. He's not in a temple. He is inside of you. The kingdom of heaven is within. So what the world is missing, your intentions, he knows it. So don't try to run from him, because he can see all that you do. Well, you've got everybody think that God's somewhere else when he's right there looking out from behind your eyes. So he knows your intentions, and he knows exactly what you're going to do. He created all things. And even if you think that, oh, there's that crazy dude I heard on YouTube, and 10 years from now, I'm going to test this guy. Watch. You think God thinks I'm going to go right, outside this parking lot. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Huh? So anyways, blessings, guys. Thank you for everybody who supports the ministry. You don't have to support it through monetary. Being here and spending your time, because you can't make or print time, is more valuable than any kind of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you don't know nothing. You're just wasting the people's time. Okay, Rock 20. Let's see if you know anything. We'll test Rock. Okay. Rock, do you live on a planet? And if you answer anything else or ask questions, I'll just toss your ass out of here. If you're an ass and you can't learn, you're stubborn, you don't even probably know any definition. Do you live on a planet? Do you live on a planet? See, this is what I do, Russ. I take time to teach people. I can't help it. The world is just beat the snot. I mean, I never stop taking time to try to share with people. So, do you live on a planet? So can you tell me where it says in Scripture the word planet? Where does it say planet? Can you give me the Scripture? You came in, you said, I don't know anything. You just came after the head of a ministry. And so let's see what you know. We'll just slow you down real quick. So you think you live on a planet. So where does it say the word planet? Where did Father create one single planet? Tell me in the Scripture. You can use all the rejected texts. You go through the, Akashic records. You could go through, no, let's just stick. Where's it say in Scripture? This is probably a little expanded for your mind, since you probably got oligos, just a fraction. Narrow is the word hados. It means to be narrowed. You got a narrow mind. So you're like blinders, like a horse, going down a racetrack that you can't see. So let me keep this focus for you. Concentrate like orange juice. Where does it say the word planet? Because already you're what the word is called a demon. If you know what the word demon is, because I don't know anything, you're a demon. I know for sure already you're a demon. Everybody in here who's been in this ministry would know that already. You're the definition daemonion. So first of all, you're a demon. So by definition, that's you. So where does it say planet? Because if you're so smart and I don't know anything and you think you know what time is time like some hand pointing at a number on a wall? Like some digits on a screen? No, answer the first question. Here we go. We're stacking you up. You can't even answer the first one. You're very slow. You're lethargic, like an ogre or something. Would you please hurry up and type? Where does it say in Scripture that you have to give me the text where it says we live on a planet? You said you live on a planet, and you're looking like an idiot in here now, like you don't know what you're talking about. Your dialect is alien. There's no such thing as wait, hold on. Where does it say planet? Hello, did you go away? Did you invoke your right to remain silent, your Miranda rights and STFU? We lost Rock. He's the Rock. That means Petra, but you couldn't speak any kind of words out of that book. You don't know anything in that book. So don't talk about the book. If he's a creator and he created all things, don't talk about that book about his creation. Remember the stars, sun, and moon? So tell me they're idiot, child. You're a child and an idiot and an ass. Now, brutish is what Christ would call you. You have an unwillingness to learn. I'm trying to help you, show you to the narrow. Remember, hados, the way? That means to be in the same narrow way as Christ. Are you feeling a little foolish, like you got fooled by the world? You can't find that word planet anywhere, huh? Are you searching on Google? Duck, duck, go. Did you duck, duck out of here? Goose. Laid the golden goose egg there. Zero, nothing. We're getting nothing out of this guy. Like priest eat meat on Sunday, none. Thanks for letting me troll the troll. We should end it there, Russ. Anybody else want to make a comment on rock? You know, he said he's. How about you kick rocks, okay? Kick rocks, all right, till they turn into gravel, and then pound sand. Yeah, we'll keep kicking that gravel until you pound sand. And actually, he said, don't build your house on sinking sand. So let me show you back to the narrow way. He's the Petra, he's the rock, and you're not. Are you like that pedophile, the one on TV, the wrestling guy? Another one of those pedos. Are you a pedo? You live on a planet pizza planet. Pizza planet. We got a pizza party going in here, guys. Sick, disgusting. Hey, do me a favor too before I go. Let me get a comment from somebody. What's that? Have you guys seen the pizza indicator? Does anybody know what the pizza indicator is? Planet Earth. What the hell is planet Earth? Earth's not under your feet, nor there's no such thing as a planet. So that's why you couldn't see Rock put anything in there. That's why he shut the fuck up and didn't say anything. Because there's Father didn't create one planet. He didn't say anything. There's nowhere in scripture anywhere that it says the word planet. So that's why he struck out. Remember, goose egg, laid the golden goose egg, 3 strikes and you're out of here. There's no planets. Earth is the ruled. You don't live on Earth. Planet Earth, huh? Planet of the Apes? We mean Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok, and now you got Planet of the Big Feet? Take your big feet out of here. Remember, I said this in adult conversation. Children are not meant to be seen or heard. So like when I grew up, you need to go outside and play. Go now. Don't even say anything. Like I said, just like rocks. He kicked rocks, huh? He was out of here. What's the opposite of water? Well, how about Hokadesh, ghost? That's the opposite of water. What are they looking at? We got a drug pusher in here. Sloppy's a drug pusher. Too much tap water works for the government. The number one drug dealers on the rock. We got we got a drug pusher in here, just like Donald Trump, right? Like Hillary Clinton and Afghanistan and opium and. Oh. Hokadesh, that's right. That is. Think about it. He pours the living water. What do you think that is? I'm not wrong. I'm eternal. I don't ever end. There's no such thing as time. There's no such thing as death. These people, I live in a world full of idiots. You're not on a ball. There's no such thing as reptiles. I'm a scorpizzo. Don't go there. Arachnid. Fucking spider. 8-legged fucking. I'm the strongest celestial marker in the firmament. I'm a million bazillion years old. I never end. Death is a doorway. One door opens, another one closes. One closes, another one opens. Time is illusion. Time is overlapping itself. That's what it's doing. The Ouroboros. There's your halo. 3 and 11. I come quickly. Let no one take your crown. Fried brain. Here we go. So Austin, let's see if you know what you're talking about. Austin, tell what everybody in this chat what year it is their fried brain. Come on, fried brain. Drug pusher. Tell everybody what year it is. Java, are you like coffee? We're addressing the trolls. SS, huh? Huh. Dabu77 always talks about that 1111 a lot. He does his live stream. He talks about 1111. Good stuff. That's where we're at right now. The old Svasti, the 7th king, is being revealed as the 8th king. Arizona's in here. Ginger Brian. Are you a redheaded? My son came to me and said, Dad,
Gingers have no soul. I said, you ever say that again, son? I want to assault you. Not really. I said, son, don't ever say that again. You know, he said, I know, Dad. I'm just kidding. So I'm not sure if you were. So, you know, hey, there's a where I live. Look this up. This is known for this is the oldest place on this rock, or at least the oldest clothing was found right here. And this place is known for a lost tribe of redheaded ginger giants out here in this valley. Go look it up. It's on Ancient Aliens. I don't do aliens. Look up Silver Lake, Oregon, and check this place out. It's scriptural. It's biblical. It's historical. They found a camel tooth. Oh, look at Austin's got to come and be the opposition. You know, you know what you are? You're the shit that comes out of everybody's mouth every single time. See what I'm saying? You say the opposite, Austin. Anything I say, you're going to say the opposite. So, Austin, tell everybody what year it is. You didn't even answer my question. What year is it, Austin? I'm not going to let you say anything else in here. I'll just moderate you. So you have to participate. You have to participate. Oh, see, you couldn't do it. So Austin's an idiot. He couldn't even participate in the chat. It'll play like a little child. So anyways, anybody else here want to test the old planet theory here before I go? Already 8, so I think I'm going to go get something done here. Probably gets before it gets too hot. I said it was good, but bye, Austin. So anyways, Ginger, seriously, check out what I'm talking about. Look up here in Oregon. Arizona is amazing. There's some amazing history in Arizona too. Arizona's got some amazing history. I'm telling you what, it's a very unique state too. I'm telling you, all these states, I've researched every state. I've go through all the country. I've done a lot of research. But look up here at Silver Lake, Oregon, and there is a lost tribe of redheaded giants that they say that roams this valley. And I'm serious. I know this sounds crazy to you, but I've been offered since I've been here for 10 years to see them. To see them. You know what I'm saying? Is it plane? Oh, they fly over a planette, huh? Taya? Do they fly over a planette? They fly over a planette and they never nose down. Why is that? I don't know. You tell me. Nephilim is, no, that's not what Nephilim is. Nephilim is the word bully. Nephilim is the word bully. Nephilim is not a giant. Nephilim is not a giant. That's the word Anak. Anunnaki is a giant, not Skywalker. Please don't mix those, Tay. Get your lexicon out. Do it by the definition, okay? Do it by the definition, okay? There's no such thing as the word Nephilim is bully, not giant. That's the word Anunnaki. So, no, it's not giant. You Googled it. You didn't look through your lexicon, idiot. You Googled it. These fucking people using Google. They'll believe whatever they put in Google, brothers. Says they don't get their Hebrew lexicon out. They don't get their... So, there's not... No, fuck off. Shut up, you idiot. There's no... Sons of God aren't come from the sky. Fallen angels aren't from the sky. Sky's not in the sky. That's not what he means by a sky. Heaven's not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. Hell's not below your feet. You don't live on a planet. Go away. You're an idiot. Get out of here, child. You speak no lexicon definition. You speak Google. You fucking speak Google, dude. Get out of here and go talk to your fucking Google gods, you child. Ask Google. No, I'm not going to get my lexicon out. I'm not going to use the actual text that was written in. So, anyways, much love, brother, sister. So, no, Matrix is the woman's vagina. There's no such thing as a Matrix out here. You're in the fucking Matrix. We've slipped a Matrix in here, you dumb fucking idiots. We're the ones here outside the Matrix. We slipped the Matrix. Matrix is a scriptural biblical word, the first to penetrate the Matrix. Get out your lexicon, for Christ's sake. Get your concordance out. Study the word in the dialect, gloss, a tongue. It's alien to you. There's no fucking such thing as an alien is a word, not a being. Alien is a word. It doesn't exist in a space, physical place. It's a word, a foreign dialect, alien. They just call them illegal fucking aliens when they come across the border where I grew up. Not migrants, not fucking... No, we kidnap motherfuckers in America now. We don't even give a fuck if you come from here or not. Alien. Alien is a fucking word. There's no big feet. The word Nephilim means bully. Bully. So, bully. Illegal. Shut up, you bootlicking motherfucker. What if somebody doesn't have a piece of paper?
They've been here longer than you, probably most of them. You ain't contribute shit to this country. They paid more fucking taxes and fuck taxes. They pay Social Security and don't get Social Security benefits. They pick the goddamn food on your plate and you bitch about fucking dirty Mexicans and you couldn't tell the difference between a Mexican and a fucking Latino. Don't call somebody from Salvadorian a Mexican. They'll let you know that they're not Salvadorian, right? I'm a Mexican. Or if they're Salvadorian, they'll tell you, but you would know the difference between a Salvadorian and a Mexican because you're a racist pig. You're a racist pig. One race, the human race. I don't see color. There ain't no such thing as color. Father didn't put melanin in our skin because how close he put us to the equator is why we have melanated skin, less or more shaped our eyes. Fuck you. When a man's got my 6 in a foxhole, you think I give about how much melanin somebody's trying to split my wig or pop my grape? Somebody's got my 6. You think I fucking see color? You're a fucking racist pig. Get out of here. 4 children playing on a playground, all of them from different nationalities. One from Russia, one from Saudi Arabia, one from China. What? You think they see color? Racism is taught. Racism is taught. You're a racist pig. If you see color, get out of here now. Leave. Get the fuck out of here. Father didn't create color. He didn't create race. We have different cultures and customs, but he didn't create race. There's one race, the human race, and you ain't even acting very human. You have no fucking humanity. Nobody's rude. That's just the truth, and you don't like it because you're a racist pig. You don't like the truth. You can't handle, that's the word aletheia, because you're a racist. You want to fucking kick people out of the melting fucking pot of American nation immigrants, trying to keep out all the immigrants. That's the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. You don't have a piece of paper and now you're a fucking criminal? What kind of sense does that make? People have been here for decades. They ain't committed no fucking crimes. Crime is a term of accounting. You don't even know what you're talking about. You can't even hold your accountable. You ever done a budget? Yeah, criminal. You know anything about law, do you? I'm a prior law enforcement officer, a pig. So this is your problem. No fucking humanity. Our sisters, watch this. Hey, guess what? They're stiff, Peter. Now, watch this, guys. This is so crazy. Peter, guess what? Now it ain't about illegal people. It's about people who are too poor. I'd almost be willing to bet you $1 million, a friendly wager. Seriously, that you're one paycheck away from being in the fucking streets yourself, just like more than half of America. One pay because it's so fucking expensive. And then they're kidnapping poor people. So what is the cure for being poor? Since you're so fucking smart. Peter, I'm talking to you there, stick Peter. Did you go fucking all hard on me? You can't talk. You got a dick in your throat. I mean, cock in your mouth, or what are you going on there? Peter, they're arresting poor people. What's your cure for being poor? You got something in your mouth? You got man chowder breath? Work. That's your answer? The cure for being poor is work. There are fucking people living on the streets who fucking work at a job or live in their car and have fucking kids and get kidnapped. You're a fucking sick fuck. You know that? And you know what would be the most ironic thing is people with a mental disability. Like people think I have something mentally wrong with me, then they want me to take drugs. Check this out. Maybe you just can't prove that you're a U.S. citizen because your fucking papers don't work at all. And they're going to put you in a cage like Amazon. They don't give a fuck. They just put it in the box. They don't give a fuck. They ship what's in the box. You just don't know. So guess what, Peter? Stiff Peter, I bet you're one paycheck away from being in the fucking streets yourself. And wouldn't that be ironic? You sat in there and you didn't act like a fucking human being. And then you ended up in a box. Because remember, it ain't about American citizens right now, right? There are people who work and still live on the fucking streets, you idiots, because you got it so good. You're collecting your goddamn benefits right now. I know half of you in here, you collect a goddamn benefit and you sit in there bitch at fucking Mexicans coming across the fucking border. When 80% of people since the Obama administration, 44, Donald Trump's best buddy, him and Biden, they all cheeks to the same hole, wings to the same dragon. You're one paycheck away. None of you are so fucking well off right now that you're not nearly fucking poor yourself. If not, then make it rain in this bitch. I don't hear my Cash App going on because you're so fucking wealthy that you can help me because you really give a fuck about me because I've got some mental disorder. See? That's what's ironic, guys. I love this, brothers and sisters. Father's creating this, and these people are absolutely savages. Most of them are one paycheck away. They're just trolls. If they had any money, what the fuck they doing trolling me? They were doing anything in their life, they'd actually fucking wouldn't be on some YouTube fucking channel trolling somebody, don't you think? So most of them are probably one paycheck away, and I have never once got a Cash App, a fucking PayPal, a fucking a Bitcoin, nothing from a troll. Never once. All trolls are broke. So I guarantee, if you listen to me, they're one paycheck away from being in the streets. They're one paycheck to being away in the streets, brothers and sisters. Isn't that pretty silly? So most of these people, and at the rate we're going, shit ain't getting any cheaper in this country. I guarantee you that most of these people in here, probably before the end of the year, at the rate that they're fucking going right now, will probably be in the streets because they're one paycheck away from being fucking. Some people who live in the streets aren't poor, right? They just want to live in the streets. That's a choice. They don't want to have a big fucking responsibility of a house and all that bullshit. And they live a perfectly normal fucking life on the streets. But you wouldn't know anything about people that are down or ever not know. You just had it handed to your whole fucking life for other people to just go die and fucking give their life so you could sit there and open your fucking mouth and bitch about Mexicans and fucking have them put food on your table when 80% of the people, again, aren't even Mexican. These people come, get money from America and ship it home. All these people get is a new beta game. A new beta game, a new Call of Duty Warcraft, it's whatever, Call of Duty Warcraft. Do you hear what I just said? Isn't that great? I never said that before. So I think that's pretty ironic that most of these people, like I said, in this chat that make these conversations, brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying, are, one paycheck away from being on the streets. And all I want to do is help people. I've tried to invite people for 10 years. I have 45 acres out here. I need to go to work on these properties that I'm out here building, and Scott doing all the work from the ministry here, and go finish this out, like I said, so that I can put people up in housing. I could take every 21 of you, 22, and I wouldn't, because I wouldn't have more than half of you in here at this property, but I could keep you all here for 5 years, shut the gates, and we could eat 3 meals a day every day. I got plenty of food. I make my own power. Not one of these motherfucking trolls in here makes their own power. They're all hooked up to a smart meter. That's fucking stupid. And they don't live off the grid. They don't make their own power. They couldn't even go out into the woods and feed themselves. They'd fucking die. And they have an arm. They could eat their goddamn arm. You know how much food is out in the wild, but they can't live without a Piggly Wiggly. They can't live with Star or Carl Jr. They're so sufficient. They have no skill set. I bet I could take any one of these trolls out into the fucking wood with me, and they couldn't trap. I'd say, okay, skin that buck. Skin what? They couldn't. They cut the fucking deer or cut the piss sack, and the thing would just be fucked up. They couldn't skin a buck. They couldn't run a trout line. They don't know any skill set. They know Starbucks, like I said. They know how to get on here and be a fucking troll, but they couldn't even probably throw a pole. You give a man a fish, he come back and every day fish. You give a man a fishing pole and teach him how to fish. See, that's what I do. I'm help people, but I sit there and keep feeding fucking people that are idiots. So, but homemade wine. Now there we go, Jack Black. That's a good one. So I'm not worried about these trolls, brothers and sisters. Like I said, not one person in these trolls ever contributed a dime to the ministry. They don't have to contribute any money, but you could at least think $3 and three does and $7 and make it. You're a fucking racist. Silly rabbit tricks for kids, April Fools. They're all fooled. You know what I'm saying? It's like this idiot right here. Like, why the fuck would we vote for Kanye 2030, brothers and sisters? Isn't this I'm saying? This is the side you have. This is the person I would be concerned about now, as well as the government. So it used to be me telling you, fuck it, the government's just doing what they're doing. Cops will fucking tip tail like they did during the COVID. And I was always warning about this dumb fuck right here. Kanye 2030. Down your door, guys, because they don't have anything. And if you do, and they know you got it, they're going to take it from you. And if not, they're going to go into diabetic shock. Brothers, yeah, I know it doesn't sound like it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are very prepared. They already all hopped up on that dollar menu cheap. Nobody even shopped. Not to kick my ass, not to beat me up, not to just to challenge. I'm in my 50s. I'm my 50s. I have to get in 50s. I'm my 50s. I have to get any one of you in your 20 or 30s, and I will come out here and outdig your ass every fucking day of the week. You wouldn't make it a day on this farm. So these people aren't badass. They're just shit talker. If you want to support the ministry, you can do it through PayPal. You don't have to do that. Leave a comment. No obligation to ever do anything up and make good comments. I'll see you guys. We'll do another broadcast before the end of the day or so. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse, welcome to the last book. Welcome to Sorrows means it's going to get more intense. Not great again, not better, not peace. Plan for shit to get harder and harder and harder and harder. Not easier, not great again. Plan for things to get worse. And then you'd be able to survive, not just, thrive, not survive. If you knew it was coming, you'd get the hell out of the way or do something about it. Come back, we'll show you how to do something. I'll be on for the end of the day, and we will cover the build out. And I'm going to monetize the channel. So no more talking about this. We're just going to talk about leaving the U.S. and what I'm doing and talking about all the great things you can do outside the U.S. So no more of this. We'll come back. We'll be all positive. Okay. You ready to come back and be positive, guys? You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about this. This is positive, whether you like it or not. It's positive to audit your First Amendment, officials, First Amendment, audit your public officials. That's positive. Oh no, so we'll come back with a little bit different. We'll monetize the channel and we'll come back and I'll show you the build. But I got to get a couple things ready before I get out there, and we'll go back live in a little bit. So look for me to come back up, and we're not having this subject anymore. We'll talk about it. We're just talking about all the awesome ways you can live outside America. That's what I'm going to call it, outside America. So come back and join me in a little bit. Hit that bell button if you want to know when I'm coming back up, and it will be monetized. Okay, so we're not talking about anything derogatory. Let's talk about all the awesome ways to live on $2 meals and $3 meals all around this rock. There's plenty of places you can get out of these corporations, still keep your house here in America, but live in another location, have both. Have the best of both worlds. Live the American dream and live somewhere else. See, that's what we're going to do when we come back. So love you, brothers, sisters, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Support the ministry by coming back, and supporting the ministry by spending time here and leaving good comments. You don't have to leave any money. That's not a part of this ministry. You can print more money, right? But you can't print time. Thanks for your time. Whoa.